Congolese. I'm beautiful father. Everything is not funny. They will blame the father. I play like this. My neighbor press one.
But he came here,
It's
Cizero,
you
he came
people's
here
agenda.
and he
I
said
think because
he
I was listening
understood.
passively, I could.
No,
But because if
Cizero,
you've been
please,
so
can you,
immersed in that
Cizero, please,
conversation, it's
Cizero,
easy for
please,
you to
can
get
you,
carried away.
Cizero, can you mute
Say
your mic?
please. Say please.
Yes.
Say
No, okay,
please.
I won't say please. I won't
Then
say.
I will continue talking until
Master Chef, you were interrupting everybody and
exactly.
throwing
Continue,
laughing
I
emoji.
know
Now
what
you
Joe,
want them to
Emma
give you
James,
space to
Emma
talk.
James send the
I can't
co-host to
throw
see
yeah.
Master
this
Chief. I
again.
beg.
Is there a
Let
rule of
Master Chief speak.
Deji,
That's
Ori
the
ẹ̀
way
máa
Master
gbálẹ̀
Chief,
ni
oh yeah,
Deji.
we
speak,
You
speak.
go dey
leave
talk too
her.
much.
so
Ori ẹ̀ máa
No,
gbálẹ̀.
she will speak now, but when she was interrupting people, it was not
no,
okay too now.
I would not say please.
You will speak.
Don't
Oh
say
yeah, oh
Nobody
yeah,
needs you
it's
to
okay.
beg.
You
man.
don't
Please
have
say
to
what
say
you want to
please.
say.
Don't say
Yeah.
please. Just speak.
Well, Mama drop away. There's literally 10 requests right now. I beg, compose yourself.
Trust me, I don't have.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know
Master Chief,
Thank you
go
English.
ahead.
so
I don't
much.
know the use of
Thank you.
literally.
Thank you. Thank you. Cizero, please. You don't know the meaning of literally. Okay? Because if you did, you would not be making this very pedestrian argument. Okay? This man literally, from his own mouth, he used to eat amala and draw soup to say exchange rate. He literally said it. Exchange rate. I don't know what for you, what does literally mean?
Okay, so literally
He
means
said it.
you ask me a question, can I answer? Literally means
Yes.
if he says 1,900 naira is equal to $1. He didn't say that.
Sister, look, Cizero, please don't play this mind
What's
game.
mind game?
Okay.
What's mind
I'm
game?
telling you,
Literally
he
means saying
literally
something
said,
exactly. Did he
girl,
exactly
I'm
say that?
saying he literally said
He did
exchange
not
rate.
say.
He used that.
He
What the
did not.
freaking are
What
you
we are
talking
arguing
about?
is the rate. What we
Girl,
are
stop
arguing
this.
is what is
He
on the.
said exchange
You
rate.
are
I'm not
just
talking about
arguing.
the
You
money
can
right
never
now.
win this
He
argument.
mentioned exchange
The only way
rate.
you
Stop
can win this
this.
argument is with agenda. See, I quoted from
Look, you're the
something that
one
was
Deji,
pushing the
Deji, can you
agenda
play?
right
Deji,
now.
can you
um
play
You
it
are the
again,
one
I
pushing
please?
the
quoted from
agenda.
something that was written on the
Bro,
jumbotron.
Deji,
When
Deji,
Deji,
I don't.
Deji,
when
can you
I
play
took
it again?
over, so we
Deji,
play it
play it
again,
Deji,
again.
so we know
Deji,
what
hold
literally
on. Look,
means.
Deji, hold on, no,
Play
hold
it
on.
again, so you can
Guys,
tell me whether
hold
I'm
on.
right when you
No,
said it
Cizero, please, you've
literally.
answered the question now.
Literally.
Can you mute your mic? You've answered the question. Can you mute your mic? Deji, please, when I used the word literally, what did I say? Was it not exchange rate? Did I talk about 1.9 or 1.5 or
So
whatever?
what's the exchange rate? What's the literal
Madam, please,
exchange rate?
can you mute your mic now? You have answered the question now.
You're asking the wrong question.
Look, mute your mic now. Mute
Come and
now.
beat me.
Mute. Deji,
I'm
can
not
you
mute.
hear me? Deji, please, Sinosure. When I said this man literally said exchange rate, did I mention any figure? I said that word, exactly what he said, exchange rate. This guy opened.
See, Master Chef, you said exchange rate,
So
and you
what
were
are you
right.
even on?
But in the
Please,
It's you
Professor
that needs to
Incredible,
calm down.
allow me to speak. Don't hold me on. Allow me to speak. Okay.
But you were telling somebody mute your
Bro,
mic here, mute your
but the
mic there.
host said I
Okay,
now. What is wrong?
carry on, carry on, carry
I'm not
on.
your sister. Please mute your mic.
Now, I'm not your brother. Don't refer to me as bro. You started the
I
bro
am mute
thing.
your mic.
That's why I call you
Professor
sis.
Incredible.
Don't,
You're
no,
not
no,
really
no,
the one
no,
that
no.
made me just mute your
One
mic.
thing I will not allow you to do is don't I mean, you
Bro,
can
I'm not
don't
here for
disrespect me.
this joke. Mute
I'm
your
not your
mic.
Why are you
bro. I
calling
am
him
not
I'm
your
bro
not
bro.
now?
your
You say
bro.
you should
Mute
not
your
call him
mic
sis. You are
Exactly.
now.
Look
calling
at
him
this
Okay,
bro. What is your
Professor,
silly
mute
problem?
child.
your mic. Professor,
Uh-uh.
mute your mic.
No, 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 no. You will take your bro back. I'm not
Uh-uh.
your
Please, I'm
bro.
not
Take
taking
it
it
back.
back. Be a nuisance.
Okay, you are the nuisance. You've been nuisancing here since.
Did
A
you
lot of you actually think you
just
can
pack
talk.
weird people
A
come
lot
your
of you
space?
actually think
This
you
Okay.
kind of
can
behavior
talk.
be
You
If
don't
you
this.
mute
come
your
on
mic,
stage
you are
and,
the okay.
act like
If you mute your mic, you are the
no,
Which kind of
you
behavior
are
be
you're
this?
actually
You
Professor,
dey talk
you are
Professor,
a
person name,
baby.
Professor,
then call you
No,
sis.
no,
You
Professor,
say
we
make
are
you
going
shut
to
up.
go and
Sinocho,
revisit your
Sinocho,
doctoral
listen.
thesis. So the way you are
Oh,
going,
I
No,
beg,
no,
I
we
beg,
are
I
going to go
beg.
and
no.
review your doctoral
Sinocho,
thesis.
Una just the do
Sinocho,
rubbish for here, I
stop.
beg.
Don't
Stand each
empower
other, sir.
these. Don't empower these young
Go off.
girls, Sinocho. No, we stop. Oh, there's no point. I mean,
It's
I'm
enough
not
now.
dragging anything with her.
Let
But
us
don't
speak it one after
empower
the other.
her.
Let the first person speak, the other person will speak. If it's banter, we
I mean,
banter.
anybody can
If it's
speak, no
seriousness,
problem.
we are
We banter
serious.
and we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't empower her to do rubbish, and so you
No,
can
no.
carry on,
We should
Master Chief.
also be mindful the way we talk to one another.
It's very important.
Tell it
I've
to the
been very
person
respectful.
that is talking to other people
See,
I'm talking
I've
to
been
anyhow.
both of
very
them.
Tell it to
Why
the
do you
respectful.
think?
person.
Why
Uh,
do
Don't
you
be
think I'm
giving me
the
I've
don't
one
give
been
me
defending
general
very,
Tinubu?
admonition. We heard
Senator,
what she
I've
said.
been very respectful.
You are now
I
coming
mean,
here
I
to say
respected her now.
let's
I
be
respected her.
respectful.
What does
When
she
it's the
mean?
Who
person
is
that
this
said
person
God,
playing Kante behind Professor Incredible? I mean, Professor
stop it,
Incredible about
Sign,
Abimewa.
Jare. Stop it.
Sinocho, ma worry. More respect, madam, I respect her.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not,
Please
Ẹ̀gbọ́n
it's
let's
nǹkan tó
not,
just
I
be
ṣẹlẹ̀
can't
jẹ́
trade
respectful. Be
respect,
respectful and keep it
but
going
kó
abeg.
look at
sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ
him.
sí ẹni
More
ẹlẹ́ni.
nonsense.
Mo na
Huh?
stop am.
Una
No
two
dey
dey fight.
nice.
But Tinubu no talk say appreciation or depreciation. It's a
No
one nine.
nice.
Is it
And I know
1,009?
Tinubu.
This is
No,
1,009.
Tinubu was
Wo
probably not
Deji, hold your
coherent. You
space
can say that.
jare.
But if you think he was talking 1.9 for a dollar, then
I
I joke
mean,
now.
No,
You are
if
joking if you think he was saying 1.9 for a dollar.
the
He
way
was not
the context
coherent.
within which he
He
was
was not
talking, eh?
coherent.
The context
Yeah,
within which he was talking, if people were not reading too much into it, we would have agreed since morning. The context within which he was talking,
while,
he said 1.9,
yeah,
1.45. You can literally see that he's
exactly.
talking within the band that the exchange rate has been between the time he's been in office and now. He's talking about a bound. But immediately you said number. That was why I also went on the Excel sheet and did the calculation quickly so that I will be on the same page with you. So my Excel
With,
sheet for the last 30 days now is suggesting 78 basis points, which is 0.78%. So where is the 1.9 gun from?
oh, but if you check, it's actually 0.014%
Huh?
in the last
Sure.
30 days.
Sign sure. If you do
It's
month to month, if you
0.014%.
do month to month, you probably get around 1.8, 1.7. But the problem with
No, no, no,
Cicero's
no.
angle,
No, no, no.
what
Don't
did you
tell me
get for
what I will
month to
get,
month?
brother. You open your Excel there, do it and give us what you get.
I've gotten a figure before. That's why I'm telling you this.
No, I am
No,
saying
wait, see. Okay,
you
wait,
have
listen.
gotten it
Let
before,
me
eh?
land. Let me land. Wait, let me
Don't
land.
be saying you
See,
still get them. Go and
the
check it
point,
now and
the
get back,
point that
brother.
the problem with Cicero's angle is that if you go back to when Tinubu came in, which is let's look at from June to let's say September
before
in
it
2023, the standard, yeah, let's take, that's why I took a sample right now and I said, okay, let's take like June till September 2023. That's a good 4 to 5 months or 3 to 4 months to look at the deviation
You
or
go
the
bleed though.
percentage change. If you go back and look at that data, you would see that there's no way you can get any standard deviation month to month. There's no way you can get any month to month standard deviation of around 1 point something, because in June it was 603, in June it was 603, in July it was 778, August 766, September 769, October 782. Mind you, be that June, that's 603 in June. In May, it was 461. So from May 461 to
That was
June
the jump.
603, these things are massive numbers. If you want to do percentage change, you're nothing like 1 point something here. We're talking about double digits.
That is
So
why I suggested
that's
the
the
idea.
problem with Cicero's angle. That's
See,
why me,
yeah,
what
when they
I
were
said
doing,
was that one
see,
nine he was talking about is
hold
the
That
on,
is
bro.
also the
unsubsidized
problem with
rate,
Hold on,
Folu's
is the
bro.
real
angle.
value of the
What
Because
you
Folu,
naira.
for some reason,
what you are speaking
understands
to,
what the president was talking about.
what you
Now only
sorry, Deji.
Folu
Sorry,
understand
Deji.
them.
Deji, sorry.
Me, I sure
What
knew
you
he
are
was not
speaking
talking
to,
about 1,009.
the reason why the jump might be problematic, right? Sorry to say, the reason why the jump might be problematic is because you are doing month on month change or year on year change. That is why even the standard deviation they suggested is a much better measure because it will reevaluate a mean, right? And center all the variances around the mean.
You can
It will
do standard
recompute a
deviation for
mean.
month to month. It doesn't have to be day to day. You can do day to day.
No,
You can do
it's a
month to
time
month.
series number. It's a time series number. So
Okay.
do it over the long time so that you can even out
So what is your
the
suggestion?
the
What period is
fluctuation.
best for the standard deviation?
The standard deviation, the longer the better. Time
What period?
series.
So can we use 6 months? Is 6 months long enough for you?
Do
Oh, I
January till
wouldn't say six
today.
months.
Hmm? Hmm?
Do when he
I
took
will not.
over till December.
Sorry, somebody is talking.
6 months in 2023, at least to reflect when he
All
took over.
right, all right, all right. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. See, Cicero, nice try, nice try. Even Ben Hawks was like, I no reason this one. No, this is an interesting angle. But his professional ethics cannot make him make such fallacious statements. He had to just cool himself. Like agenda one thing, you know, but I need to stay true to my professional ethics. Because if I go with this Cicero angle and they catch me out, It might smear my reputation as a professional economic sound mind on this Twitter space. In fact, it might as well just change the suit he's wearing to Chelsea jersey, you know, because nobody will take him serious again. You see that is DP is what is making it look like wow, this guy, obviously very well groomed guy. We know what he's talking about. But if he goes through that route that Cicero was nudging him, that would have been a very, very catastrophic mistake. So for one last time, because I'm about to end this place anyway, my time is over. So one last time, I'm going to replay that video, right? So that Cicero will hear it one more time. All right, please pardon me, guys. There's a lot of requests, by the way, but una no go vex. Una no go vex. All right, let's do it one more time. And by the way, sorry, pardon me, I'll put it on times 1.2 because now Ghana very slow. All right, so all right, let's go. Always builds on the Sorry. I had my two mics on because when you face people like Cicero, Ben Awokes, these are lineups you have to be ready for. So as I they use laptop, as they use phone, fact checking. Madirao is not easy. Okay, yeah, let's do it again. All right. Like progressive no, this God is thinking. Bring hope to the people. That is what we stood for. And that hope is here. It's here. Thank you for believing in me. The, the economy is stabilized. Nobody is trading piece of paper for exchange rate anymore. When I took over, 1.9, it's 1.35, 1.45 now. It's been stabilizing there. People, you don't have to know a Cardozo before you get your foreign exchange, you get your imports. What we need now is building the ship, the vessels for export and import of our goods, a great job for the people. There's a guarantee there. I know many of you had to suffer the initial abuse and the fear. Where are we going? We know the direction that we should go. We are going up. No, those who may not know will not know. Today I'm standing before you, I can brag that Nigeria is not borrowing, it's dying from local bank. The revenue, we have met our targets of revenue for the whole year. We met it in August. I've reviewed this morning. All right. So, okay, there was this last bit. Oil. If non-oil revenue is going well, then we have no fear of whatever Trump is doing. All right. So, guys, let me interest you with something. Go back to that video and watch the president's ADC. When the president said he met the stuff 1.9, 1 point. If that guy face change, say, how can you be saying something like this? Go and watch. Go and watch. Don't take my word for it. Just watch. His face flinched. Like, army man, oh. Army man, where nothing they move. It flinched. But anyway, so guys, this conversation I think has been we've drawn it on for even one guy came and started complaining that since 9 o'clock now this same thing we don't talk since well, it's not our fault. We've had people who have come at some point justifying what the president has said. See, guys, again, it's not my fault. Don't blame me, right? Blame the man that failed to properly articulate and communicate what he meant, right? In fact, even his spokesperson, literally the person that speaks for him, like we translated in Yoruba earlier, is Agbenuso, the person that takes his mouth to speak. They also did not understand what he was talking about, right? Because the Bayo Onanuga's statement literally read opposite to what Cicero and Ben Awo, Sekundayo, and Macnun, everybody that has come to this space since morning to speak. It's different from what you guys are saying. And when I point it to you, you say, forget that man. Old man, we don't know anything what they do. Right? But I can't forget him. He's a very important member of the president's kitchen inner cabinet, right? So, guys, this is that I've been seeing comments. Oh, they try cook, they do agenda. No be me carry mouth chook for president's mouth to the serve us lamba, right? Cicero, I'm sorry, I disagree with you. The president meant 1,900 naira, right? Yes, you are actually right because he said 1.9 and that has been left open for interpretation. But you will not then tell me to take your own interpretation. And the most logical interpretation is that he meant 1,900 naira. And he said when he took over, it was 1,009. Now it is stable. It's now 1,450, 1,003, which some people have also said is also a lie. He lied that he met 1,009. He also lied that it is currently 1,004, 1,450, 1,003. Right? So lie number one confirmed. Number two, he said he has not borrowed a dime from local banks. And a lot of economists have said that is an half truth. Half truth, half truth. The president was being clever by half. He was essentially trying to misinform the country because there are certain banks who this particular government owes money, right? They borrow this money. They borrowed money. So we've been getting technicalities. Ben Awokes and a few other people, F. Kudayo and a few other people have said, oh, it is bond. And because it's bond, you cannot call it loan, right? Technicalities. But on this issue, as long as the president has left himself susceptible for misinterpretation, I'm sorry, I'm choosing the narrative that looks a little bit more logical to me, which is on the surface, you cannot say you have not borrowed from local banks because if you have to pay money back today, some local banks will collect money. So you are owing them. So you go and pay up. So that is lie number two. Lie number three is one with the most technical. That one, Cicero, no one go there because it might be very slippery if she near that side. Because even the president, somebody came earlier, I think it was, I've forgotten. He was trying to make the distinction. Oh, it's not about, is it the pause, non-oil, non-this thing, non-oil. So people are saying now that the federal government has met its revenue targets, does that mean we are not going to need to borrow again? Does that mean that all our projections for borrowing for the remainder of this year is not necessary anymore because if we have made all the money in August, I mean September, October, November, December, we might still make enough to be able to cover that deficit. But whatever your leaning is, guys, I think it's very important. Now, just all this aside, right? It's very important that we don't defend what is not necessary. Okay, if you actually say there are some goofs, that's fine, right? But not to now start twisting and trying to adjust, like doing breakdance on top waiting person talk where all of us here. So, my fellow brethren, this is my closing remark. I'm going to leave the space open, but in the next few minutes or hours, you will just hear pam, you don't off. Thank you very much for joining the space, by the way. I don't know. I need a co-host. All the people on this section, like say, now if you don't block on yourself, well, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll just
Deji, my own, I just want to ask you a question before you leave, please. Just one
yeah.
question. Please, did the president literally mention exchange rate in that his speech? That's just what I want to hear.
Of course, he mentioned
So you know
exchange rate.
what literally means, right? What does literally mean?
Literally means exchange rate, the money you exchange for each other. Like, okay, this is
No,
the
no,
rate.
no, the word literally. When someone uses the word,
Oh, the word literally.
yeah.
Oh, did he mention the word literally?
No, I'm saying like, did he literally mention the word exchange rate? Did he say
Oh,
it in that his speech?
yeah, of course, he mentioned exchange rate.
Oh,
My
okay.
turn. My
Uh,
turn, Deji. Did the president literally say 1,900 naira exchange for $1?
No, he did not.
Thank you very much. No
Yeah.
further
But
questions.
but he mentioned literally. He mentioned exchange rate literally in the speech. That
Ẹ má dá mi lórí irú. More than no scatter my head. This is what the president does. You
these
know,
people they
he,
tried to spin
he
this
will
thing.
just
They tried so hard, but they couldn't
mix
spin it.
things up, mix
They
things
tried
up.
so hard.
Anyway, all right, guys. Me, I'm done. I'm
So
going to be
sorry,
monitoring the
quick one,
space as
quick
I
one.
go along. Please conduct yourself properly. If person DM me say, Omo, check your space, I'm just going to close it. So, Prof, incredible. Go
I'm
on.
a daru. I'm a scatter.
Prof, I continue the spinning.
No, there's no
but Deji,
spinning.
can
There's
I
no
speak
spinning.
my
So
language? Can I speak up if I see my
Speak your own too,
supervisor?
Jere. Speak your own too. Speak
Deji,
sorry,
is he allowed?
can I
Don't
just
cause, don't
Deji,
abuse my
Deji, is
mother.
he
So.
allowed? Okay, thank you. Please, come
are you
come
guys
up. Let's
have you
let's
finished?
talk. Let's talk economics. Maybe when we speak it, the
Okay,
people
so
get to understand. Come up, come up, come up. Thank
okay.
you.
Okay.
But why would this so-called president not know the exchange rate? Why will he not
He's
So
know?
old
Why is
he's
he
old.
I
so
talk?
He's
ignorant?
old. He's old.
Why is the president so ignorant? That's the question we're asking.
The guy is
Ben, Ben,
literally 80
Ben,
If you
something.
ask
Ben,
me,
can I ask a
now
question?
who I go?
I
Can
mean,
I
you
ask
can
a
ask the
question?
president. People are saying we shouldn't, listen to the president anymore. He's trying. He
Ben, can
bit his
I ask a
tongue. He
question?
didn't read his
Ben, can
papers.
I ask
It
a
wasn't
When
him
question?
when
speaking.
president
He didn't
talks,
refer to
Give
when
this.
president
In fact, Prophet Incredible said he didn't understand what he said at all. So we now have a president who we don't understand his speeches.
ask
no, they
Well,
said
how are they here?
and
Oh?
they
the
said the
matter
speech
for
is not for
ground.
laymen like us in a
Even
country in a
Cicero say, I don't know what he was saying. His standard deviation is not standard deviation. Is this Cicero?
So let
Stay
me tell
one
you what
place,
I
make we
was
know.
saying. Okay, so
they
I think you
said
guys don't
they had to
understand.
send her things in the DM. She was like,
Let
oh,
me
thank
explain.
you,
It's not
thank
DM,
you.
madam.
Folu
It's
Even
in the
Folu
friend
said
comment
request
Folu
section.
shouted this standard
It's not
deviation. But
DM.
Folu there say standard
In the
deviation.
comment
As soon as they catch
section.
Folu change. Say, I don't want to
It's in
address
the
it.
comment
I don't want.
section.
Oh,
So what I
you moon I just get one place. Moon know where to flog with that.
wait. So what I said was, and that was the first thing I said when I
We heard what you said. Don't tell us what you said again. We all
I
heard
was
you here.
listening,
We all heard
and
you.
what I said is in relation to what was said in the video.
You
Deji, please
initially
give me
said it
Nobody
quotes
was.
as
said in
well.
the
You
video.
initially said it was standard deviation. In fact,
I did
anything
not
anybody
say that,
says to
and I
support what you're saying,
recorded
you say yes,
at
yes,
that
yes.
point.
But as soon as they
I
poke
recorded at
holes
that
on it,
point.
you
Nobody
say
should
no,
speak
no, that's
to
not what
me.
it is. We listen to you
Ben,
here.
Ben, stop
Nobody
doing
should
the
speak to
stop
exchange
me.
of
doing
I
the
don't
this.
know
Stop
any
exchange,
doing this.
reservation. I
the
don't know
exchange
She
any.
of the
was she
exchange,
It
was
was
1.5,
she was
I was
clear.
literally heard
Just
in the
people
video.
that admit that the president, that the
What I
so-called
heard in the
president,
Guys, I have the quotes now. I can remove, I can do anything I want, and you don't want to try me. So who is talking next? Let's take the person. If he turns me down 3 times, I will drop you. Thank God the host attended the day. Who is speaking next? Professor Incredible. Let's take you, and then we'll go with the other folks. Yeah. And no vex, Jerry Michael. No vex.
Tanisha, let's get new blood.
Michael, how
Now
you
these
there?
people have spoken before.
Let's
Eh?
zero.
Now
I
go
haven't
at the
spoken.
year.
Zero
I
has
know the
to
year come.
explain that 1.9 economy of the economy tax.
Let
Sorry,
Professor
can I
Incredible
just
talk.
can I have my time, please?
Master Chief,
Okay.
please
Thank you
speak.
very
Yeah.
much. So one thing was for sure, when the man was doing the 1.9, 1.3, I did not understand what he was saying. But I was clear in my head, he was not talking about exchange rate. And I will explain why the man put exchange rate in his conversation. He said exchange rate just once when he said you do no longer need to change paper for exchange rate. All of you should understand what he meant. If you don't, then I can't help you. That was the only time the man mentioned exchange rate, and he ended that conversation. Then he started talking about stability. Then he went 1.8, 1. I said 1.9, 1.4, 1.35. And when he was saying that, I did not know what he was speaking to. Sincerely, I did not know what he was speaking to. But I'm surprised that people are actually thinking that the man was speaking to the dollar rate being 1 to 1.9. I knew I was not talking about that. Then finally, why would the president or CBN governor be giving you black market rates? Why will he? If he was speaking, he would definitely be speaking to the official rate. And our official rate at no point did it climb to 1,900, just like Cicero said. Our exchange rate never, ever got to that amount. It went close 1.6, or now, sorry, we are using 1 point now, 1,006, 1,007. But it never got to 1,009. So
Okay,
you
can you
can
guys hear
adjourn.
me? Can you guys hear me?
He got to 1.8, 1.8
Can
plus.
you
He
guys
got
hear
to
me, please?
1.8
Can you guys
plus.
hear me?
I personally bought at 1.8 plus at
Now
some
they hear
point in
me.
time.
I beg una they hear me. Una they hear me. Okay, you can hear me, Abby. So okay. So professor, let's quickly do a quick exercise. Let us assumption that the president meant 1,900 when he took over. If that was the intention, or if that was what he meant, would that be correct? First of all,
Yes, that would be correct.
Professor.
Because, okay, that's not for
Are
me.
you
I thought
professor?
that was for
Are
me.
you
Sorry.
professor?
You know, I've answered this thing
Professor,
before. Allow professor to go.
Professor Incredible. If
I'm
we
here.
assume that the president meant those 1 point whatever in naira terms, right, and he says that when he took over, it was 1,900. Would that
How
statement?
did he say it was 1,900? The man said you are no longer changing paper for exchange rates.
Hold on, please.
The
I'm
stability,
saying,
it was.
hold on, please. Try
You're
and
saying,
understand.
I'm
Are
listening
you?
to you. You're saying,
Can
I'm
Professor
trying.
hear
I'm
me?
trying. I can hear you. Carry on.
Yeah. So I'm saying, let's assume, right? Because I'm not trying to dispute what you have said. I'm saying, okay, from my own point of view, now let's place that particular scenario in front of you. Let's say that the president actually meant 1,900 naira when he took over. Would that statement be true or not?
Dollar was not selling at 1,900 now.
When he took over, right?
No, it was not. And
Okay.
I'm also
Right
saying
now, hold on.
it
Don't
had
worry.
never.
You've already
Hold
answered the
on, hold
question.
on. Don't
Uh,
whine me. Just hold on. Let me finish your
okay.
answer. I'm also saying that it has never risen to 1,900. So even if
Okay.
it is not true for when he took over, it is not true for when he was in office.
Oh, I see. So you
That's what
lied
I'm
even
saying.
on two fronts. Okay. Let's now say,
No, because he
no,
was
for the
saying
second.
something else.
Okay.
You are the one
For the
assuming. You
second,
said if.
for the second statement, right? Currently, as we speak, as of yesterday when he made that statement, was naira 1,450, 1,350.
Because he was not referring to 1 point
No,
as
if he was
1,004.
referring to
Definitely.
1,000, if he was referring to
See,
1,340, 350, would that statement have been correct or wrong?
okay, so let me also, I'll answer you. But if dollar was trading at 1.4, 1,450, will 1.4 have been correct or not?
Are you asking me?
So I'm asking you from the
No,
end. You have
answer
asked
my
me from
own.
the front. I'm
Answer my
asking you
own
from
first.
the,
So answer my
no.
own first. Answer my own first. So if he
I'm
actually
asking you a
meant
question now.
those one
If
point,
dollar, if
yeah.
because you are introducing if, is
Wait
making the
now,
conditional.
wait
So
now, wait. I'm saying if, because you said you did not take it as 1,000 this thing. So I'm saying, I'm there as saying
no, you are not
that,
getting me. As at the time he was talking,
hold on. I mean,
I
you
knew
already,
he was not talking about dollar rates. He was not talking about dollar rates. As at the time he was talking.
okay, you knew. Don't forget, understanding of what he was talking at that point in time. Even his spokesperson had a different idea. So don't worry, you are not alone in this struggle. We are all together, right? But let's just focus on this last bit of the conversation, right? Professor, if the president meant all this 1.9, 1.450, 1 point whatever in naira terms, would that statement have been factually correct that as at yesterday, the naira dropped or was ranging between 1,450 and 1,350? Would that statement have been correct?
So since we are making an assumption, of course that statement is not correct. Since we are stating assumptions. So it's not correct. It's a wrong assumption.
I disagree. Yeah, it's correct.
You are the economist.
You're the one that made me come up, and you didn't even
Can you
answer
hear
my
me, please?
question.
Michael, now hear me?
Should I explain why I
My
disagree?
brother, we
I
dey
dey hear
hear
you.
you. We dey hear the disarray in these guys. We dey hear
Sorry.
you.
Sorry, I had the call. I'm not sure what response Professor gave.
I said,
Trump said he
based on the
disagrees.
assumptions we are
Benawok said
giving.
he agrees. Then he
If
said he now agrees with Benawok's. I mean,
I never said I agreed with Benawok, you are a liar. I put it to you that you're a liar. I said I do not, what's Deji, based on the question Deji asked, it is not correct. So since we are working on assumptions, I said I agreed with Ben. I just told Ben it's his business
Yeah,
because
I
it's the
agree with
economics.
Zero. I
So,
agree with Zero. The body language part, because now I'm watching the video where I'm reading the president's body language. There's a part in the video where he's making his hand as if he's frying Gary. Maybe he's talking about frying Gary or something. So
Yeah,
I agree with
fine,
you,
Gary.
Zero.
Yeah,
I said the way he was
fine,
dancing.
Gary. Yes, it was fine, Gary.
Oh man, don't crack me up for here today.
Sorry, I came up
all right,
because of
yes.
Ben. Michael, sorry. I came up because of Ben, and he has repeated that thing again, that he's correct that the naira at some point was 1,900 to dollar. Can you clarify on that? Because when I came up, honestly, I was just
He said
speaking,
1,008
I
at
was
some
just
point. That's what
speaking
he said.
about I came up, I was just speaking about what I heard from what the president said and what I read in that
All
part.
right.
So can I take that? Let me quickly take that.
We've
Let
been
me quickly
hearing the
take that.
same voices for the last 1 hour.
Um,
Okay, hold on,
After
please.
this, I'll drop
Hold
Deji.
on, please.
After this, I'll drop.
Let,
Una don't hear me. Una dey hear me. Michael, una dey hear me.
yes, we can hear you.
Okay, guys. So the same people. There's a lot of requests. I'm sure my co-host can confirm, right? So let's try to at least give others a chance to speak. There are a few new people on the stage. We have Timmy, we have Odunayo, we have this is New Africa, and we have Ben, and we also have Malam, the oldest man on the TL. So please, you need to accord these people some respect. You know, don't speak over them and let them speak. I don't know. I've forgotten how I brought them up, so I'll just leave that to the speakers. I think somebody was taking the queue earlier. So yeah, I mean let's suspend
I think
the back and
this is
forth for some minutes. Let's
this
just
is
and please just focus on the topic, right? Did the president lie or not? It's as simple as that, and you make your case. Thank you.
Yeah, let me just
okay.
quickly
This
answer
is
this serious question and I'll drop. I think I've spoken enough. The president did not lie. If you observe, from when he took over till now, the highest point.
your mic, Ben. Sneaky, slimy nigga. It's just anyways, Ben,
Who's supposed
30 seconds for the other speaker. You said? Ben, 30 seconds so the other speakers can speak, please. Don't take more than 30 seconds. After Ben, then this is Nigeria. You're next.
So, like I said, the president did not lie because if you look at the two figures he gave, 19 and 1450, the highest point since he took over, the highest point the exchange rate has gotten to is about 1860 or so. That can be rounded up to 19, and the lowest point is around 14. So the point he was basically trying to make, which I feel he would have made better, was that when he took over, the real exchange rates free of subsidy, the official one was about 755, 800, but the real exchange rates free of subsidy was actually close to 2,000. You could say from 19 to 2,000. That was what it was. If you remove the subsidy from it, but most Nigerians don't know this. Now, when he came, that was where he met it. He removed the subsidy and stabilized it because it was changing consistently from month to month. It was too volatile. He stabilized it and brought it down to around 1,400 and something. That's the point he was trying to make. Right now it's about 1,540, but the low point was 1,4. So if you look at from basically from 1,9 to 1,4, that is a significant progress or significant reduction. So that is basically what the president was trying to say. And I'll finally say this: yes, he could have worded it better, but take this from me, that is the real truth of the message that I was trying to pass there, free from any form of agenda or whatsoever. Thank you. You guys should enjoy your space.
So you're saying Cicero is pushing an agenda? Now, wow.
All of you, not easier, everybody on this space. It's normal, don't
I'm
worry. It's
sorry,
nothing
Ben.
there.
So when was that
When
1,900?
when you should be addressing your politician, you will not. You will come and be accusing people of having agenda. So you set up a meeting, you come like this, and there's no agenda. You join us too, there's no agenda. I don't know how people do this thing.
Okay,
Eh?
brought him up.
I
I
have
wanted him to
collected
bring
calls too. Let's
you wanted him
let's
to
comport
bring
ourselves
Sally up
as
for him
elderly
to
people that
just
we are all of us. Please,
all right.
Michael, hold on. I
I
don't know
wanted to
why
bring
I can't
Sally
add
up.
people.
Yeah, me too. I just added it.
I'm trying to add people, then it's very difficult. So Cicero was talking before I muted the mic. Cicero, let's hear you. We have agenda. I have. It doesn't probably align with Deji's own. You also have agenda. It doesn't probably align with my own and Deji's own. We are all here with our agenda. But let's speak to the fact of the matter. Thank you.
Thank
Sorry, that was a bit.
Michael, we can't even barely hear you. It's like you're whispering. Are you saying something?
Yes, it's sorry, I'm far from my phone.
You're
I said you can
whispering.
for the double
Anyways,
miss.
okay, let me go.
I,
You're whispering.
I think
You're
it's my
whispering.
turn. It's my turn to speak,
No,
right?
no, let me just finish. I was saying something. So I came up not because I didn't have any agenda. In fact, I just happened on this conversation. So I came up because I saw a post on the Jumbotron that came with a video, and what was said in the video did not match what was quoted in the post. That's the post by Imran Mohammed. So I saw that nowhere in that video did the president say the naira was 1,900 naira to a dollar and that it's 1,450 to a dollar. And it was also at that point that Ben Awokes was saying, oh, it's 1,900. So I wanted to ask him, and he has dropped now. He has still not answered me. At what point? And he has said it again. At what point was I mean, his argument is, yeah, it might be correct, but I wanted to ask, at what point was it 1,900? If it fits the narrative of about the time when the president took over, then that might be correct. Otherwise, we are all just speculating here, and that's where the agenda might come in. I was talking grammar, English. I can read, I can hear, and what I'm reading is different from what I heard. So that's my point of view, and that was why I was saying let no one try to explain it for me. I wasn't talking standard deviation. I wasn't talking this, and that. Of course, I did a quick search to check the exchange rate month to month in 2022, and I found out that he was hovering around that 1.9, 2 point. At some point, it got to 2.3, 1.3,
No,
1.4. So that's my agenda, really. Thank you.
time there was no time.
Zero.
In,
I want you in my corner. I want you in my corner. Sis.
if you
Oh,
search the word, there was no time exchange rate was 2000, 1.9 in 2022 or 2023. No time. Give us the specific dates. These
who said
things
no?
that you can check. You can check as far back as
Who said
1990. Pick any date in 1991. Put it on Google. It will show you. Tell us the date you saw online that
Sarah, I
exchange
thought
rate in
it was not
2020.
exchange rate that he was talking about. How have you ended up in exchange rates now?
Leave her
Like you
alone.
people?
You people
Fine,
can
no
keep
sure. Me, I'm not
the
here to do
agenda.
any
Leave her.
agenda. I'm here to
Tinubu is not taking any money. He's not taking any money. Today they've gone to the market. They've issued a bond of up to 1 trillion. Treasury bill of up to 1 trillion today. They are not taking money from bank. They are not taking money from bank. Do you want to know the rate? The 364-day instrument is 17.69%. The 182-day is 15.5. The stop rate on the 91-day is 15.32. But they are not raising money. They are not raising money from bank. Bro, sisters, anybody will ask you a question about Tinubu where you don't know, just tell them, make them go ask the people when they pay to answer question. These people will disgrace someone if someone is not careful with them. Okay.
This is new Nigeria. Carry
Okay, yeah. What a long wait. This is New Africa. So thank you. Okay, yeah. Well, revenue
Sorry,
target.
Africa.
Yeah. So, revenue target. Well, is the president lying or is he speaking facts? I believe he's lying, and I think the reason why we have been back and forth with everyone, with Ben, Cicero, and Master Chief, and the man who actually gave the open-ended statement was Tinubu. He actually created this back and forth. So I would not take it as an agenda, because if there was no open-ended statement, probably we would not be going back and forth and trying to make of what the president is trying to say. So, well, in real terms, like Ben was actually explaining, and if the true value of our naira was actually 1 9 back then, and then the previous government was backing it with subsidy. Well, I think as of today, it is already a confirmed fact that the present administration is also backing the present currency with some form of subsidy as well. So if there was no backing, because they actually quoted the amount of billions they were actually using to back up the naira in order not to make it fall more than what it was presently. So I think whatever they are having then and now, it's still not really much difference. But in real sense, will I say he was even the one that removed the subsidy? I would say no, because Buhari has also made sure that, well, there was no provision for subsidy before he left office. So if we put this statement together, I don't know what the president is glossing about, how he has made the economy to be stabilized. I want to focus on the purchasing parity of the population, and, well, what is our capacity to purchase? That has been diminished to a large extent. So what is even stabilizing in the economy? What you will use to actually get something done in 2021 or 2020, you will actually need like times 10 or times 7 to actually get that done. So, and in terms of the revenue they are glossing about, I just took a very, very quick read. And the non-exports, I can actually say we are not doing more, we are not focusing more on non-oil exports than Ghana, because those guys are focusing more on cocoa production, gold, and they are doing a lot. But in the real sense, we can still see majority of all our income, at least, it still comes from oil. Well, non-oil export is there, but can it sustain us? I don't think so. When you look at the figures you're getting from non-oil exports, you have Indorama, LMLF, fertilizer. and Dangote fertilizer contributing a good number of income from the government, and then we are making revenue from that. And then the revenue agency, the manner at which they are now actually, will I call it tax? I can take custom for an example. You can see the figures custom are actually posting, and you will see how custom is using their own FOB to actually do the valuation for whatever goods you are clearing at the airport, and they do the valuation with their own discretion, and they just charge you a percentage. And you see how they are making money via the sweat of people. So, in the real sense, I think we should just try and get a clear view of what this particular revenue is actually, what they are glossing about in the revenue. And when they say, well, we have met our revenue target for the year, then there is one part that is not very, very clear. The government is not speaking about the obligations they have as regarding whatever we have in our revenue, because we all know that we still have some debt and some other things to actually attend to. So when you take all those things away from the revenue we actually have now, what is our real net revenue? The real, because in fact now we can say, when they said for dollar rate was 785 maybe as at May 2023, then they said that that's not our real. That when you were backing it, that's what the figure was saying 725. So the real one was 19. So this revenue they are talking about, if you take our outstanding obligation from the revenue, then what is the real revenue in the right sense? Because to me, if you are claiming your foreign reserve is that strong, my two questions to you would be, why are you still borrowing? Then why is your naira not stronger compared to the dollar? So look, I think this economics is when we gloss about it and go back and forth. The guys that are economic experts, they know the intricacy into all these particular naira values. And to also finalize my point here now, when people were talking about the bonds, the issuing of bonds, like on my home part, what I still don't see how the government will still come and say these bonds that they are getting as foreign direct investment. I don't see it as the real foreign direct investment we should be having, because if we are having people that are bringing money into our economy to stay in our economy, you understand, permanently, and that money is actually going around the economy, money is being made from that value chain of that particular foreign direct investment. That's what I would call the real foreign direct investment. But you are not going to put your euro bonds in the market at 17 or 18%. That is a high yield. Okay, if you go to, people here can testify, when you go to America, you go to Japan, the yields on their own bond, some is even like 1%, 0% at some countries. But here we are offering 70%, 18%. So who is not going to jump on our bond, and why is not going to be oversubscribed? Because you just take money away from other economy, pump into our own as foreign direct investment, collect a 17 to 18% yield. Who is losing at the end of the day? Is it not the country? So I think these are the things that need to be looked at, because when you take a look at all this news in the dailies, and if you run away with it, I think you are doing yourself a huge disservice. Probably do your assignment. You understand? Fact check those figures, and you will find out that there's a whole lot of lies in this particular information that is out there. Thank you, Sainisha and Michael.
All right. Thank you. One New Africa. Master Chief, 1 minute, please, so that I can prioritize the
Oh, yes,
speakers.
Michael. Okay. I'm even tired of hearing your voice. So, yeah. What this just showed, right, is, the, will I say, obfuscation of Mr. Tinubu, where when someone says something, we have to spend hours on space or trying to give meaning, understand. Even like my sister Cesara have said this evening, we have to watch out for his body language. So you shouldn't listen to Tinubu on the radio. You have to, get a TV, or go on YouTube and watch the body language to really understand, where he's coming from, where he's
When it
going to.
when it writes statement, how do we see language
Yeah,
when it
we
writes
would
statement?
have like maybe get a skit, Tinubu body double. The person would, shake his hand, move his legs, and would, understand it, so at the end of the day, would not confuse what the gentleman is trying to say. So at the end of the day, at least one thing I've gotten is 1.9, 1.3 standard deviation. Um, hmm, a lot is a lot. So I would take home these thoughts. Um, Never in my lifetime that I think would have a great economist as a president. So, guys, thank you. It was such a fun space, and I'm still here. And I hope, moving forward, the tempo of the conversation will continue. And Michael, try to clear your throat, please. Try to clear your throat.
Oh, shut up, Master Chief. I've told you if you're used to portable on Chasokocha, go ahead. Timmy, please have the mic.
Wow, I've been tired of waiting, but let me just say what
Sorry, my brother. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. So when I came up when you were talking about loans and whether loans are bonds and things like that, like how are we even arguing this kind of very simple things? Like if you issue a bond, that means you're literally asking for money. You want to borrow money from people. That's why you're issuing a bond. So anytime federal government issues bonds, very simple. They are taking loans from people. That's a simple definition of bonds. And you can check it anywhere. So when from APC people, I know you guys are paid to defend anything, just as long as you can just carry mic, just defend as much as you can. But you need to at least use some level of like logic when you're defending so that at least people will believe you. But Tinubu saying that they are no longer borrowing from banks is a big lie because when they issue these bonds, federal government bonds, the biggest customer to those bonds are banks. So when banks buy those bonds, that means the banks are borrowing the federal government money. So why would Tinubu come and say that he's not lending banks? I mean, he's not borrowing money from banks. That's a very big lie. And then this whole issue of 1.9, like, how would someone come and say that Tinubu was not talking about exchange rate? Like, can you even hear yourself? Like, he mentioned exchange rate. He said 1.9, which we all know that Naira got to 1.9. He said when he entered, which was a lie, and
Said
then he now said it's now 1.
1.9, not 19. He said 1.9.
Tinubu is old now, so maybe he didn't see the comma when he was reading it. So everybody knows that he meant 1,900. All the news articles that came out all referenced 1,900 naira. Because
Timmy,
that's
Timmy,
very
Timmy,
simple.
please. Sorry for butting into you.
Yeah.
Please, whenever you are calling his name, put Mr. Tinubu.
Oh, or uncle.
He's an elderly man. Please.
Okay. Correction noted. So, like, Uncle Tinubu is old. So, like, in his mind, he was saying 1,900, but you get, so he just said 1.9. And we all know that it got to 1,900, but recently it has been hovering around 1.5. But he now lied again that it is 1.3. Like, how do you lie like almost 10 times in one sentence? Like it's just crazy. And I'm not surprised though, because Tinubu has always been known for lying anyway. So no, if Tinubu comes out and says the truth, that's when I'll be surprised. But when it comes to lies, I beg, Tinubu is known for that. So pretty much almost everything I said in that video was a lie. He also said that we are no longer borrowing from banks. I can't remember the other things I said, but it's the same Tinubu that said that Nigeria's FDI was 30 billion. Was it like last year or early this year? He said Nigeria has gotten FDI of almost 30 billion or 40 billion. And then we checked last year, FDI into Nigeria was just 1 billion. Yeah. So that's also a lie. You get, and that was like, that nobody even talked about that one because everybody's used to it now. So it's not a big deal. So he lied about the exchange rate. He lied about inflation. Inflation numbers that we're getting right now. Do you know that inflation number is not really the true inflation number that we're supposed to be calculating, because they went and rebased it. They did some mago and they said it's now they are no longer picking it from a period. They're not picking it from another period, and then because of that, it dropped from like 30-something% to like 20-something%. So it's all lies that he knows how to do. I'm not surprised at all. Well, my issue is just that APC supporters, like, You guys should just, when you're defending, don't just defend. You see that lady that came now and started saying, "Oh, he was not referring to exchange rate," and then ABC supporters now started buttressing that point when all of you had been arguing before that he was referring to exchange rate. Then you now took it 180 degrees and now said, no, he didn't mean exchange rate again, because you don't even know the angle to support, to defend him from. So you're just going all over and it's just making you sound stupid. You're just sounding so stupid, but let me not use harsh words. So um that's just what I wanted to say. I feel like it's a normal thing for Tinubu to lie, and nobody's surprised. And these are the same people that if Obi says something like this and he probably just makes one naira difference error, they'll go all over the timeline and start shouting that, oh, Obi has said something wrong. They will interpret it to any level they can interpret it to. But now Tinubu said something and they can't even use, they are now trying to form, oh, he didn't mean this, he didn't say this literally, trying to give so many excuses. But when someone else says the same thing and makes one very small error, you guys will create spaces and start shouting all over the place that Obi is a liar, is this and that. Like, make it make sense now. But yeah, that's my comment. Thanks.
Can I respond since you mentioned the lady who came and said,
There's no responding here. You've spoken and let other.
Actually, we are going to allow her to respond. She has the right to that. Which kind of thing is this one? Now inside court we dey.
Cicero, take 1 minute. So that
She said we'll fire down.
thank
If
you,
you also
thank
ask him questions too, he can also respond.
No, I don't even have question. So what I just wanted to correct, when you said agenda, I just wanted to correct what he said. So when I came up, it was Ben that was speaking, and Ben is an AP, is one of our APC people. So no, he didn't do a 180. Ben stood his ground, and that was even the last thing he said before he left, that he stood his ground to say he was talking about the exchange rate. I think I was the only one that said it wasn't the exchange rate. The other person who came was Professor Incredible. He wasn't even in the speaker session, so he hasn't spoken, he hadn't said anything. I think Folu also tried to come up. He wasn't up that time. I don't know if he had made any submission then. So and that was why when I was speaking, I said nobody should make any. I'm not talking standard deviation. I said specifically that I don't want anybody to defend me because I'm not coming from a place of the economics of what has been discussed so far. I'm coming from a place of what was posted on the jumbotron and what was attributed to the president, that the president had said. I said no, he didn't say that. And unless anybody can say maybe our ears are paining us, he at no point said 1,900 naira equal to $1, which is what Imran Mohammed posted on it. That's just the angle I came from, Sinosho. And you will agree that that was where I came from and that was what I spoke to. So don't make this look like APC people are defending, blah, blah, blah. The people I've heard speak on this space did not do any 180. The person that was speaking stood on it, that he was talking about the 1,900 naira. So I don't know what you're talking about here. Don't drag anybody. Don't drag anybody down. I spoke for myself and I said nobody should speak for me. I was
So
speaking
sorry,
the
Cicero,
English.
the 1.9, is it the liter of oil that we are producing now? What does the
Please,
1.9
I don't have
mean? Is it that we are
please, I'm not going down that
1.9
rabbit hole with you. Adani Mogo, I know you. I spoke to something and I've addressed the issue I spoke to. Don't drag me down. I'm not doing this with you today. Thank you.
Ẹ má fún sísá mi lọ́rùn. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
okay, my sister
Which kind of wahala be
alone.
this one? Yeah, don't shook my sister. Let her talk her talk and
You
rest.
know, shook his sister. Anyways, I'm doing my
Please, Adami Mogo, àbí kí ló pè é? Mogo, okay, Mogo. Let's hear from you now, Abi.
No, 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 no. Silence on the dinner.
Odunayo is here?
Yeah,
I
Odunayo
can't
with
see the
the
person calling though.
verification.
Let, let,
Odunayo,
Okay,
are you
let's
there?
hear from you.
let the next person go. I'm coming. Just give me
All
some few
right,
minutes.
all
Yeah.
right. Then before I do more.
Okay, thank you. So, as Cicero is funny. Is it they've now gone 180 degrees? I don't know when Cicero joined this space. Why have these APC people not argued here today? Some people came and said that what they are here to argue is that he did not say, I met it at. That what he said is that When I came, this is what I saw. Oh, what did these people never argue for here? These guys tried so hard to spin it. Cicero came up here and said, yeah, that it was the percentage, blah 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 blah. They said there is standard deviation. Cicero agreed with them. We're all here. But immediately they started poking holes on it. Cicero said, oh, nobody should argue for her. She's not talking about standard deviation. What then are you talking about? She doesn't really know what she's talking about. So you guys are okay for us to say we don't know what this man is talking about just because you don't want to point out that he made a mistake. So you want to actually say that this man is blabbing. That's even a more weightier insult. You know, it's even more, it's weightier than him lying. That he's up there blabbing. You know, it's really sad. You people trying to spin this thing. None of you agrees with each other. You know, Awoks is saying something else. Incredible is saying something else. Cesare is saying, what is happening here? Is this man a president or what? If the president says something, it should be clear, especially when it comes to some things around figures. It should be clear. There is no approximation. There is no this. We just want to hear what are the figures. What is it at this point in time? That's what we want to hear from the president. Well, I don't think Tinubu was lying. I think the man is purely ignorant, to be honest, right? That's what I think about him. Because how can you not know the simplest things in your government? You know, how can you not know? You come here, you say all sorts of things. Another argument they had here today is Tinubu, is he chartered? Is he not chartered? Some people said, Tinubu, he became chartered by growing in a mobile, you know, all this nonsense. Like, oh God, did he write the professional exams to become chartered or not? You know, the man is purely ignorant. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even know what is happening. They just give him figures and he reels it out whether or not is the truth. He doesn't even know. That's what is happening. And these guys come here to defend all sorts of things looking that funny. Like you guys are looking very funny and ignorant, to be honest. So, and I like how we've held them. Anybody that comes, they spin it to another angle. We'll go to that angle with them and poke holes on it, and they will crumble. They will start up another thing. So, I mean, I think let's be fair to our politicians, right? Let's give them constructive feedback. If they've made mistakes, let's say, Oga, what you said is a lie. Go back to the drawing board. Come and tell us the facts. Even you guys that are APC supporters, help these guys. That's the only way they can improve. If you don't allow them improve, it's a problem. And let me address one thing. You know, this whole gloating with removal of inflation and removal of subsidy. I think we should stop that in this country. How can we be gloating, you know, be putting it as part of achievements that a president removed subsidy? I mean, it should be something that the way you frame it is in a way that you are even begging the people. You need to give people subsidy. And if you've removed subsidy, you're taking away food from people. You're making things more expensive for people. So stop framing it as an achievement. It is not an achievement for Tinubu's government or any government to remove subsidy. I've never seen a government that gloats with things like this. It's sad. I want to see them gloating with achievements that are actually impacting people's lives. Not achievements like we've increased revenue. This is our revenue. What is the revenue achieving for people? Is he helping you build more houses for us? Is he help? What are the benefits that people are getting from those things? You people should stop framing these things that are so insensitive. You know, the president was so bold to remove subsidy. What nonsense! Anybody can remove subsidy. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can remove subsidy. We want to see how has that impacted the people's lives. That is what is an achievement, not removal of subsidy. Making all these revenues and all that should be an achievement only when we've reprioritized it and used it to create an impact in people's lives. That's the only time you announce it as an achievement. People should stop framing this nonsense in such an insensitive way, you know, as an achievement. I mean, stop it, you know. Anyway, yeah, but we can see the foolery, we can see the nonsense you people are doing. I think Nigerians already see through you guys. Tinubu, we know the man is too old. He does not know what he's doing. He's just there, you know, and these guys are ready to defend whatever he says. And it's sad because you people don't want to see our country grow. Please And please, whether you're supporting Tinubu or not, please try and hold him accountable. Try and point him to the right direction. All this supporting nonsense should stop so that we'll build a country that all of us can thrive in. It's really important. I'll leave it here. Thank you.
Thank you for your views. Yeah, can we quickly take Odunayo now? Is
Yeah,
he available?
good evening.
Yeah.
I really appreciate everyone. You see, each time that we come on here and we speak, in fact, it has gotten to a level that these people will tell us that they will term us as people that they feel like they love Nigeria more. And I can tell you for fact, I love Nigeria more than you. Because I'm going to tell you, if at all I'm supporting Tinubu, I'll be bold enough to tell you to his face that, Oga, what you are doing, sir, is not the right thing. Was it not last night? I can't remember the night. I don't know, but night before this, today, by 12 a.m., Mr. Tinubu, he dropped some statistic in the middle of the night. So many of it like that. All of a sudden, I just saw messages. People that understand what is going on in the country, they brought out their calculator to calculate it and correct Mr. President. All of a sudden, he deleted it. He did the correction. That shows that people that are surrounding, member of his cabinet, all of you, even people that you are campaigning for him, all of you that you are tweeting online, you don't even have understanding of this thing. You don't even have understanding of this thing. A student of economics in SS1, SS2, SS3 understand the implication of all this rubbish that you are doing. Woman that is selling pepper in the market, they are feeling the implication already. So why are we lying to ourselves? We see the situation, we see the issue that is going on. What we need to put into right direction now is how are we going to solve it? Rather than playing politics with the life of millions of people living in Nigeria. This is not the time to play game. This is not the time to say who has more numbers. We don't have any time on our side. Other nations are doing this thing better than us. They are leaving us behind. This is 2025 for crying out loud. Many of you are living in a country that is you are living in a system that is working. Just yesterday, somebody posted that his friend they went to the emergency area in the hospital in the NHS and they couldn't get a quick response. One is APC boy, I don't know whether it's on this space. If you are here, you will be hearing me. If you're not hearing me, all of you that know him, you go and tell him. He lives in the UK here. He now quoted it. He said, assuming this thing is happening in Nigeria, we will be here, we'll be shouting. And I made him to understand that this person that was not attended to early enough, he has the right, his family has the right to sue NHS for negligence. Can you do that in Nigeria? The things that we are telling you that there is no perfect state anywhere all over the world. We all know. No perfect states anywhere all over the world. But all these countries, they are working hard towards perfection. They are working very hard. Now, we saw what Dangote, I don't want to go far away. Let's just stay into topic. All these lies of giving us numbers, that we are just saying numbers. It's just like you trading a demo account and you are seeing numbers, but it's just a demo account. And they are screenshotting the number that this is the money that you are making. That's the way APC government is playing with us. We are just saying numbers. The numbers that is not reflecting in the life of average Nigerians. The numbers that is not reflecting in the life of average Nigerians. No matter how you increase the what's it called, the minimum wage, it cannot cater enough. Hear me well, hear me again. It is not time for us to play politics. It is not time for us to be putting number and forging number just to make the party doing say they are doing well. It is time to get to work. Call all the state governors together. What can we do? What is this state government? What are you generating? What are the natural resources that you are generating? How can we
Sorry, I
make
can't
money
hear
with it?
anyone. I can't hear. Is it my
Hello,
network?
can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now loud and clear.
It is not APC guys. Listen to me. You've snatched the ballot. You've done everything. You have it. We agree. Get to work. When don't make nobody cut me. I'm just telling you. Just listen to me. Talk to your baba that man, you are not doing well. Tell it to his face. Fina now, we saw what happened to Fina. She couldn't get justice for her sister. Somebody that was defending it 2-3 days ago, fall victim of the same issue that we are shouting about. Hear me well. Go to bed. Call the kidney and liver of yourself. You are supporting this government. You are just a human. You are not immortal. And you are not left out in the havoc that they are raining on Nigeria. Are you the mic?
All right, thank you, Odinayo. Sorry. I don't know, please.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Michael, and just to say that all the aides of this so-called president are saying that what he talked about was exchange rate. They are all posting about it. So I don't know what Cicero is saying here. You know.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Sinonia. Thank you, Deji. I did not even know that we'll still be on this conversation. I went off, I came back. I'm still talking about it. So, when it was the revenue targets, that there was a pause, they said, don't just stop there. After the pause, he said something that we should follow what he said, non oil. And that was what he was referring to. But when it comes to exchange rate, he spoke about exchange, he spoke about stability of currency. And when we are talking about stability of currency, every Tom, Dick, and Harry knows that the meaning of stability of currency is actually your FX rate. That's the meaning of stability of currency. You don't need any grammar. You don't need any interpreter. You don't need anybody to explain it to you. But then, whenever it's Bala Blue, we shall have to explain that no, this is what it means. No wahala. And he said it was one when I where I met it. It was where I met it or when I came, when I took over. That someone even said it's not where I took over. He said it was 1.9, 1.8, but today it is 1.35, 1.45. That was what he said in line with FX. But now we have to be reading his body language, looking at the way his posture is. Oh, how is he standing? Is he standing upright? Is he standing with his head? Oh, if he's standing with his head, no, no, no. This is what it means. If he's looking at the right hand side, this is what it means. If he's looking at the left hand side, who was he looking at that moment? Who was he talking to? And I am glad. And I requested for the mic just because when Ben Awok spoke. I am glad that FX is not, this thing is not something that is hidden. Anybody that has data to come to the internet can go to Google, put the date there, put the time there. You will see the FX rate for that day. It's not something that is hidden. Nobody can, it is clear to, it is crystal clear. As far back as any year you want to pick 2005, pick 1999, pick any date, pick any, put it on Google, it will bring it out. When Cicero was speaking, I brought that for 2023. Everything in 2023, every single day, I was checking it on my laptop like this. So it's not something that you can say that, oh, maybe there was a day is missing that they will not upload it. They post it every day. So at no what point in time they did go to 1.9. And I've also posted on the Jumbotron what Wale Edun said when he was being interviewed by the Senate. And as at that time, the unofficial rate parallel market was 860 naira to a dollar. And Wale Edun said that the fair value of the naira is 700. So at what point did he? So I don't know if we are saying people are lying. Maybe online that we are seeing, maybe they are lying. Okay, is Wale Edun to now lying? Because that was what Wale Edun said when he went for his interview. So at what point did Tinubu? That was what I wanted to ask Ben Awokes before he ran away. At what point did Tinubu meet dollar at 1,000, 1.9, 1.8? And you can't say it's crude oil because the only one point that can come to mind if you are speaking is crude oil production. Or maybe you would have said, oh, we are producing 1.9 million barrels per day. Maybe that's what he wants to say. And we have not even reached that. And if we were producing 1.9 when he took over and it dropped to 1.35, I don't think he would be happy. The only thing that he was talking about at that point when he made that statement was exchange rates. So all this grammarian, we had to even be explaining. I met when I took over to some people. I had to explain the meaning of when I took over. I've posted on the Jumbotron the exchange rate on official May 29 was 460 naira 72 kobo. Unofficial was 751. That was unofficial. It jumped to 1,900 in the parallel market in Abuja because Lagos was 1.8. Abuja was 1,900. That was in February 2024. Official market was 1,500. And that was when they were chasing binaries up and down. So I don't. The highest we had under Buhari was around 1,000, I think, around 1,000 under Buhari. So at what point did we now add this 1.9? So I don't understand this idea of you have to defend everything. You have to defend every lie, everything he says, everything, whether it makes sense, whether it doesn't make sense. You should have to find an explanation for it. Just say, this one, no, I can't defend this one. No, this one, I can defend this one. No. And they're not paying you. At least I know some of you. At least we talk. I know they're not paying some of you. So like if they are paying you now, you are doing this. Oh, I will be like, oh, is she well? Is she? It's the money they are paying you that you are working for. But they are not paying you. Just and later on you will come and tell us that you want Nigeria to be better. Your goal is that Nigeria should be good. And what's patriotism? Patriotism is not supporting the president. It's not supporting his political party. Patriotism is putting your country first. So I don't so at what point in Nigerian history? So if you say it is not exchange rate, so what was he talking about? What was 1.9 and has dropped to 1.35? What exactly in Nigeria? I don't know. So if something was 1.9 and it dropped to 1.35, is that a plus or is that a minus? So if you say it's positive, it is that there's wonders have happened. So which sector in Nigeria dropped from 1.9 to 1.35? I don't know. And also this idea, very soon, I'm sure by maybe before the end of today or by tomorrow now, I'm sure they will release another statement to clarify. They will now come and explain to us that hey, this was every time flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. Are you not tired? And I was watching the NTA DG. When they sacked them, they were happy. Now that they've reinstated the same people that they sacked, they brought. I don't. You sacked people. The few weeks after, you are bringing that same person back, those same people back, and it's not once, it's not twice. So assuming it's once, we say, oh, it was a mistake. It's not once, it's not twice, it's not three times. It happens repeatedly. Repeatedly, you will release a statement. Few days later, Japan will come out. You have to come and explain to us. This is what it means, oh. This is what it means, oh.
Bro, now that
You
one annoy
like,
me pass. Now that one annoy me pass. Cause if you go to Japan Twitter, come see the kind of name where they call Nigerians. There's no name where they never call us for that Japan. The thing just dey annoy me. Bro.
so you've defended. I'm rounding up. Sorry, you've defended the first statement that came out about Japan. You now come and defend the next one again. You not tell me that it is me that did not read well. But this was what you said before. You now came on stage, you now said if people had read well, they would have seen that this is what we are saying. Are you not tired? I just want to say there is not everything you can defend. Tinubu is human. His handlers are human. They will make mistakes. When they make mistakes, go to one corner, just sit down, jeje, and just be looking. When he wins, come out and praise him. But when he makes mistake, don't double down and now be explaining. And all the explanations is money. I was now wondering, so how does he talk to international investors? If he's talking to us in our local people now, Nigeria, and we need to explain, we need to even explain what the spokesman is saying. The spokesman of the president spoke, but some people had to come and explain what the spokesman of the president explained what the president said. So people had to come again to explain what the spokesman has explained so that we can understand what the president is saying. It is well. Oh. I don't know how long you people want to continue this. I don't know. God will help you.
All right. Thank you, Adamo. I mean, this man sounds like he's puking. Anyway. Well, okay. Abdul, Haruna.
Deji, good
And
afternoon.
sorry, Abdul. My kidney is still on the kidney. Oh. If anybody knows anybody that is selling dollar at 1,450, 1,400, I
General song.
want to buy dollar.
General song. You people, immediately you see opportunity like this, you know they slack at all. You don't the press neck, the break neck since you just the press and the press and the press. I don't even the understanding. You see, there's some argument that should never have happened. Some argument, if you know say my guy, do well, just go open space. They discuss something else. They use some distract yourself. If anybody ask question, go tell them say no be the topic for today be that. Nobody go owe you for that kind of thing. And if you no feel space for yourself, just leave social media and go and rest. You know why I'm saying that? Because it's not Keisha Buba Shori Yaman Salo.
I
You
agree.
don't have
Is
to
it that
spread every
the
clothes
president and last they
in
don't
this.
check this statement before he reads it out, or I don't know.
It seemed like the Egbons who are Ortega is not my bro. The Egbons who are there, it seemed like they come to listening to us on Twitter, eh? About what Tinubu said. And then they now use that to prepare the memo about what Tinubu said. You know that time during Yaradua time when you go there confirm news from Sarah reporters and the ministers go they tell you say they don't know. It be like saying the thing where they happen. They know they hear anything. Most of these guys. You see my brothers and sisters, they came earlier, they said 1.9%, 1.45%. I said where? Because immediately they started saying that thing, I actually get where we were going. So I went to download the CBN data for that same exchange rate, the closing, even for today. So when I did all of the computation, all of the ranges fall between 0.78 and 0.84. And I said, where did you get your 1.7 from? Where did you get 1.45 from? So in essence, it's more or less like they were looking for where it will stick. But unfortunately, it's not sticking anywhere. If you say it's 1.9 to 1.45, it's a goof because you didn't meet it at 1.9. If you say it is 1.9 appreciation or depreciation, it did not even depreciate within the last 30 days, like you said. It appreciated. So if you said it's appreciation, it's not 1.9, it's 0.78. I'm waiting for the next spin because me, I am here just holding on to data and telling you where did you find your own. Immediately you are telling me this, I will give you the link to go and find it where I found it, which is the credible source. Now calculate what I calculated there. The standard deviation since December is around 34%. The standard deviation of the Naira exchange rate, like it's been fluctuating around the mean 34% on the average. That's what standard deviation means. So I don't know what our folks are doing, but I'm not sure. And on this issue of half truth, Sally, I think you were there, and I will say it again because I said it in the morning. I said, if you want to criticize Tinubu, don't go there half prepared because he is not dull. Tinubu is not dull. Unlike most other politicians that can act very dull, he's not dull. He knows what he's doing per time. Even the 1.9, the 1.45, he might have done it. And I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen.
No, sorry. Do
By
you
the
really
time
believe that Tinubu is not down? Like, I'm asking this question genuinely.
Yeah, there has
you
to
really
be an
think
intention.
Tinubu is dull,
There has
It's
to be an
definitely not
intention
done.
I
under that
think I
1.9.
sincerely think Tinubu is
No,
dull.
I
when
don't think the man
when
is
you
done.
say when you say Tinubu is dull, you exonerate him from the wickedness.
That's the truth. There is an intention behind the
That's
1.9,
deep.
1.45.
That's
Intention.
deep. No, he knows what he's
When
doing.
he knows what he's doing. Somebody who is acquiring almost all of the properties along body loan doesn't know what he's doing. Who is acquiring very important cash flow assets
But
around
isn't
Lagos.
that like a power thing? Isn't that like a power play and not that he's smart? Isn't that
Shane
because,
a foolish person, they seek power.
I mean, there are foolish people that have had power, isn't it?
You
A
can have power
foolish
by not
person
using
would
it.
Me,
transfer
me,
NNPC to Owando, his cousin.
Like, can't you see?
You,
Can't
you,
you
you are not.
connect all the dots and see that this is a smart move?
See, this man is building a kind of Sinaloa cartel in Nigeria. You can call it the Lagos cartel. The presidency has given him access to places where he would have otherwise not had influence. Have influence, pardon. So what he's trying to probably do now is consolidating. And you can see your pastors, imam, they are changing tone already. And I said this before when he emerged. I
Like
said it's going to
somebody
be
said, it
worse
will reduce your
because
purchasing power, increase tax need, and he's doing exactly what he said.
they altered that video too. They altered that video. They altered that video. I
But
had to calm down.
Sign no shot. Do you know that?
Go.
I think Tinubu and anybody, most people that want to govern, they want to do well, but because they don't have the capacity, they are not able to. You can't tell me that Tinubu went into that place and not thinking to himself that let me go and
You really
try
think,
and do
you,
well for this country. But
you
because
really,
sorry,
you really do not know Tinubu. Tinubu will give you enough for you to be alive, but you will never prosper.
To God.
You will
see,
see it with Nigeria by the time it's done. Eh? A lot of
I
high-rise
caught,
buildings everywhere. Eh?
see,
But
Senator,
poverty behind every
Tinubu,
high-rise building that you see. Sorry, you were saying, Michael?
no, oh, sorry. I was saying Tinubu politics is blood money kind of politics. He gives and takes. That's just Tinubu
It will
politics.
give you. The issue is
And he
the
will
people.
take for you.
Yeah, the issue is not that the people he gives money to, they're always short-sighted. Because what he's taking from you, is the empire while giving you a short change. It's just treating you like this guy that gave porridge to his brother, right? To use to deceive the brother and then go meet the father and take the blessing.
This one, Jacob.
He's that kind
Well,
of guy. And that's why I'm laughing now. The people who probably are supporting him now, they're supporting him because they think they are having
but
their
that
way.
relationship with Wiki, I want to see how he's going to go. I want to see who is more smart
Wiki,
between two of them. But
he's going to throw weekends in the fire. Just wait.
Wicked that's a pawn that will be discarded.
He, he,
I
he has
beg.
a way of doing his things, right? There's a pattern to it. The first deputy governor that he had in Lagos, what happened? You can't have self-esteem and work with him. And Wike has self-esteem. Wike is the kind of person that thinks is capable, is this, is that. He will be ambitious. Immediately, he doesn't fall in the line that Tinubu will set and his people. Power broker. They will push him to his ruins. They already have a lot of things on him, especially with River State. I know they have a lot of things on him. So it's either he's a boy forever, right? And at one point in time, go to the Senate if we don't take this country back from them and find his way to become leadership in the Senate and also still work for Tinubu. But anytime he raises his head up like he did in the PDP against Tinubu and challenge him, he won't survive it. And you also know they don't like him already at home, from what we can
Fashola
see
is an
now.
example. So example.
sign no shot. Sign no shot. Maybe I'm the one being naive here. When I look at politicians, right, I describe them in two ways. There is their political life where they play the chess of politics, and there's the governance life where they actually govern. right? You people always describe Tinubu's political life alone. I don't talk about like the capacity to govern, and that's how I look at every politician. All of them will have play their tricks. All of them have tricks they play politically, how they maneuver to be, But in terms of governance, I think most of them want to, but because they lack the capacity, that's why most of
That's
them fail.
the number one problem I usually have whenever we're discussing politics in Nigeria is that you people separate it from governance. I don't know how you do it.
The Tinubu that you wants to govern. I don't
You
know that.
you somebody who made a lot of compromise across the country to win election. That's why he's returning everybody he fires in any ministry back.
But then
Those people know the people to go and meet and say, they don't fire also. Even in his own television station, this babe said they fire her. It was Tinubu when he heard that she is the daughter of Alao Aka Basham Abin Kokon, and said, "Oh, return her back." That's how Nigeria is in the hand of politicians. That's why any one of them immediately they start going to places to make compromise, to visit people. They will make compromise there. Immediately they start making compromise, they will not serve you. What some people are monitoring in the course of the election is who is this person loyal to? Who do they listen to? Who do they respect? Immediately you do anything to those people, they just go to the people you respect, where you have made compromise, and they install you back. That's why NTA will not move forward. Oh, if they give me the tools in the studio of NTA, I will surpass channels. Have you been to the NTA at Yaba, the one at around Tejosho? Go in there whenever you have time. World class tools. You know the way their color is that is bad. They intentionally did that color like that. It's their kind of trademark. I don't know. The studio, the way they lit it, I have done one interview there before. They shared it with me. I can't share it with my friend. Live interview. They shared it with me. If I do on channels, I share with my friends. If I do on the right, I share with my friends. This one, I did it at NT. I can't share with my friends. I just left it in the chat where the babes shared it with me. The NYS member, and she was trying to change the old face of the old thing there. But the point is, they have the tool, but they will rather continue in the old way they are doing things. The color quality, bad. Everything, bad. We are going to have match in Akwa Ibom very soon on Saturday. You will see. NTA will cover it, and the color will look like they don't have the tools to broadcast. So, sorry, I am the co-host now, I don't forget. So, let's take Dozier. Dozier, let's hear you.
Deji, you suspended me and now you are taking those. Have you not seen me again?
No. I
Malam,
think
Kaya
it's a
Akodi
hurry.
Babana. Yeah, Akodifa.
No, it's hurry.
Please, can you allow him to go before me? He was here before me. Thank you.
Can I go?
Yeah, please go.
Okay, I'm going to be very brief. I have a question, though I don't know whether there is anybody that is defending this revenue target meeting that said that you say we have met the revenue target or whatever. What is the revenue target of Nigeria in terms of figure? That's just the question I want. What was it? What was the target that we wanted to achieve and we have already achieved it? And I don't know whether if anybody can answer that, but anyway, we're here. They are just talking about this revenue target. We are now all trying to discuss the revenue target, and we are uh, not putting attention to other things. When Tinubu removed subsidy, he introduced this CNG, and I don't know whether it is part of the revenue target that he want to meet in the future. I saw it somewhere. People in Abuja crying that the CNG have skyrocketed to hoping 450 naira per kg or whatever measure they are using to buy it. And there is in this new tax law, there's something people are not even giving attention to. This thing they call petroleum consumption tax that will be chargeable at the point of sale where you're buying petroleum. after removing subsidy, now we will still have petroleum consumption tax. Maybe this is what he means by we have meet target, because he's going to tax everything, and we're not going to see the result on ground. This is exactly what is happening. Even the CNG, some people were there arguing that no, it was he have removed the subsidy, that subsidy cannot go on, instead of him to allow even the subsidy to the CNG to be available. People, market forces determine prices, but now it's not even readily available everywhere, and this is what is happening. So I don't know. Nigeria is just on one chance. Let me just use that word. But that's how we continue, and they will bring this lie, this propaganda. They will give us this one uh, while we are there arguing on it. Another one somewhere in another corner will come. So that's just it. Nigeria is just somehow. I'm very sorry to say. But if anybody will tell me what is our target and whether we have made it as the president said, so that we will now know that Tinubu is not lying uh, to this thing. Because what's the target? Is it 41 trillion? Is it 1 trillion? What is the target of the revenue, please? I want to know. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Anybody will get the revenue target, oh, make them tell us. As Abu don't ask like this. So Sheme will kukuma the go dossier. Dossier if you get the revenue target, share.
Make Cicero
All
come
right.
tell us. Make Cicero and Alex come tell us.
Cicero did not say she knows about that.
And I wonder who
Hello,
did the calculation, who benchmarked what. I don't know
No,
who.
there's a budget. There's a budget.
hello,
Oh, based on the budget. Okay,
It's
yeah.
gonna be based on the budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hello.
because I was thinking, when there was this analysis that came out, what
Sorry, hold
Nigeria,
on, Dossier.
Someone's trying
what
to
Nigeria
speak.
needed to.
Yeah, hold on, Dossier. Hold on, Dossier. Chuka, please let Dossier speak.
No, somebody said hello. I was just wondering who did that.
Oh, sorry. I guess it must have been me. Yeah.
Hello. Okay. At this point, I want to disagree with so many of you. The president is doing very well. When you take a proper look at the economy, you discover that everything is working for the poor masses. If you go to the market, things are cheap. I don't know where we met dollar before the president came into power. But if he says it is 1,900, I can't remember. But all I know is that it's as if nobody is talking about what is going on in the country. So I think he's doing so well. Even the elderly man standing at his back when he made that statement could not even say anything. So the president is doing so well. Let us all be mad together. Let us all be crazy and turn to clowns in this country.
I
Things
don't
are
die.
working very well. Things are working very well in this country. In fact, nobody is hungry. People can now pay their tax from their 70,000 naira minimum wage. My brother, I don't need to argue with anybody. I am feasting on a boil of a bar with a very nice bitter leaf soup with plenty goat meat. And I'm cruising and quietly waiting for January 1st, 2026.
We don't need to hear you. You are a bourgeois. You are not a proletariat. We don't need to hear you. Go and meet bourgeois like yourself in Ikoyi and have fun. The people here are proletariats. Sure you get? Yeah? Eba. Bitter leaf soup. You will have meat there in this economy. No. We are not doing that here. We are not doing that here. The fish where I killed for Third Mainland Bridge yesterday, I never eat them because I don't know when I go catch another one. You dey chop bitter leaf soup. You can't use eba. Where me they use stash. Now stash me they manage like this. I'll come 2 times so my go ferment. So the thing go long. People they eat.
Please, can you allow me to talk? Is it my eba and
No,
my bitter leaf soup that is making you angry?
no, you're a bourgeois. You're a bourgeois.
No, no,
There's
no, no,
no,
no.
there's no.
I
My
think
God.
I know you understand where I'm coming from. I'm sorry, I can share the eba with you. But you see, the truth is this.
What sort of operation is that? You want to share picture with me? I told you I've not eaten since 4 days ago. Eh? Okay, no while I continue, Sha.
My brother, I am sorry. You see, even though we are in Nigeria, we are not all the same. But you see, I am a man for the masses. I like to fight for the poor. A lot of people are going through a lot in the shanties. People cannot eat 3 square meal anymore. But the president in the villa, that man there, said Nigeria is working. Our economy is now balanced. The money is stronger. That we don't even need the United States. A whole United States, we don't need them. My brother, who carry go pass villa? Abeg. My brother, January 1st, 2026 is not far. Everybody that is supporting the ill in this government and the lies and propaganda being sold broad daylight to Nigerians, they will all join me on the same pedestal and they will look Tinubu with the eye and say, sir, gbogbo irọ́ tẹ́ ń pa yìí kò ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa mọ́ o, àrùn jẹjẹ. Àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù, wọ́n. In fact, my brother, the Yoruba don't finish. By 1st of January, I would come back to this space and I will greet everybody. Good evening. How do you see the economy? The fuel price, they are
Bros,
going to tax
bros,
you on the
bros,
fuel price
bros.
very soon.
Greet me my own good evening now because I may not get that at that time.
My brother, good evening, my brother.
Yeah, because I don't know what
If
you they
you
talk.
know
Oh,
me very
Ghana
well
first.
on the space, you will know that I don't support nonsense. Somebody went live. I was insulting an economist and was telling him, now statistics we go chop, bro. We don't dey chop statistics, so now lies just the fly up and
Thank
down.
you. Please round up so that we can take others as well.
Nigeria is loaded with a lot of intellectuals. I know somebody is listening to me quietly and is about to come up and defend the lies that is in the system because they know I don't support rubbish. I will step out of this space. They were waiting for me to talk. Now that I've spoken, they are going to talk now. But let us keep on deceiving ourselves with blatant lies from people that should sit back and allow Nigerian youths to lead this country. Enough is enough. Good night.
That brother, they chop eba and bitter leaf soup. I just say make you know. Especially for those of us if they disrespect elders like him. People are rich, oh, eba. This age where Gary don't cost. But anyways, let's listen to some of the other folks. I guess we have Afolabia Dio. He has not spoken and he's been here for a while. Yeah. Come with Afolabi. We can't hear you. Is it only me?
Yeah, I can't hear him as well.
You might want to go down and come back, but we can't hear you. So that means we go to Chris. Chris, let's hear you.
All right. Please confirm that you can hear me good.
Dear Chris, I can confirm that I can hear you.
Okay.
Best regards.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I have just been laughing, right? Um, so first, I think now we are talking numbers. We are talking statistics. We are talking. I even heard someone mention standard deviation. I can't remember the last time I heard that word, man. Um, well, shout out to my statistics teacher back in uni.
Can you
Um,
guys hear me now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'll wait my turn. Thank you.
oh no, if you're ready now, so that your network don't mess you up again.
Oh,
Now that
okay.
we can hear you, just go.
Okay, excellent. So I'll stick to the script and I'll speak to the top regarding the revenue target. I mean, I listened to what the president said around he met his revenue target by August. We don't know what that target is. So we can't say, oh, he's lying or he's speaking fact because we don't know what that target is. The target can be 2 naira for crying out loud. So that doesn't qualify as a lie. So that's just what I can speak to that. Then there's a gentleman on the forum. I think his name is Ben. Keeps talking about the removal of the subsidy. Anybody can do that. I think as Nigerians we need to kind of speak the truth to ourselves. I mean, how do you want this country to move forward? You want good roads, you want electricity, you want hospitals. What is going to pay for it? The oil revenue of the country is not enough to do all these things. The country is a poor country, for crying out loud. And the only revenue the government has is taxes. So we just have to allow this government to try and modernize the economy, for crying out loud. Then the whole semantics of, okay, he said 1.9, he said 1.4. I guess the message he was just trying to say there is, look, we've stabilized the naira. Even if he made the naira in 2020, in 2023 at 400 naira, is that the real value of the naira? I mean, if I believe a lot of you on here are business people. Would you trade and sell at a loss? I mean, that's pretty much what subsidy is. So even if you made the naira at 400 naira, was that the true value of the naira? So those are kind of there's some certain truths we need to tell to ourselves. You want electricity 24/7, you don't want to pay for it. I mean, these things got to change. We've got to modernize the economy. There's going to be pains, but eventually the prices would come down when more entrants come into the market. That's just all I want to say. So I don't think, in my own view, I don't think the president lied about the revenue. In terms of the exchange rate, I guess the message is just to say, look, we've now stabilized the naira. Whether he met it at 2 naira or 4 naira, the question we should ask ourselves, was that the true value of the currency? Do you want to continue to subsidize the naira? Is that what we want for the economy? That's just all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so I guess Michael, I can continue from where I stopped, right? This is Chris, Mike, your Deji. Okay, so here's the thing. I am so glad that I allowed that gentleman, you know, I allowed him to have a say, and oh God. So let me just even right off the bat, right where he left it off. Let me just start from there. Look, hello, mate. I can't even remember what your name is. You talked about let us tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. But you just came up here and you went away from the truth, went away from the truth, went away from the truth. Like I'm even wondering, do you even know what the truth is? Let's start from the electricity you're talking about. That you want electricity 24/7, but you don't want to pay for it. Someone went to Egypt to study a model. Egyptians consume on 24 hours basis more electricity than an average Nigerian does, and don't even pay half what you pay for. I don't know what band you are, whether you're a band A or a bandit, but I just want you to get that picture. Now that picture is out of the way. Somebody went to Egypt to study that model. You laughed at him. But the same place you went to, some persons in this government went there, but couldn't even implement what they went there to study. And mind you, Egyptians pay half less, than what Nigerians pay. Does that make any sense to you? Hmm? Does that sound like truth to you? Because you came up here, you're gaslighting Nigerians saying you want something good, but you don't want to pay for it. It's like you're literally telling us, if you flip it, that y'all don't know what you deserve. Y'all don't even know what is good for you. Let's stop doing this, right? Let's stop doing this. And you ask the question like you want good things, but how will the government pay for it? Now let's all, relax. Take a deep breath here. And I'm sorry, I'm going to take a bit of a time, maybe say 3, 5 minutes. Right? Take a deep breath here. How much has this government borrowed so far? I don't have the figure. Anyone has it, please, and come up. But I can tell you for a fact that this government has borrowed way more than um, Buhari borrowed in 4 years in just what? In a space of 2 years? I mean, what Buhari borrowed in 8 years. And when governments around the world borrow, the first thing they spend on is to improve infrastructure. It's standard. I'm not an economist. I am a bloody tech person. In fact, I consider myself a dumbass when it comes to any space at all, including my own field. And that's how I learn. Infrastructure, and I'll give you an example. I go to Toronto once in a while, right? And I go there when I want to watch Toronto Raptors play. They play their home games at the Scotiabank Arena. I have given this analogy time and time again on space. The Scotiabank Arena is an example of infrastructure in case you don't know what infrastructure means. And I don't mean to be condescending. Now, the Scotiabank Arena employs nothing less than 3,000 youth on game day. Game night, nothing less than 3,000 youths. And they are going home with nothing less than $200 that night. That's what infrastructure can do for you. Please, one person come up and tell me that of the billions and billions of naira that this government has borrowed, that we could point to such infrastructure in Nigeria, like just one. Oh no, maybe not one. Maybe it is still under construction. Maybe show us an uncompleted building. Just show us one. Let's start from there and say, oh, on game night, or no, on event day, or when we have traffic, right? This infrastructure will earn Nigerians so amount on a certain night. Show me one. Show me one. And then you came about still talking on truth. I'm staying on truth, guys, on truth. Because he went about saying truth, 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 truth. Let us stay on truth. Leave Bible aside. You mentioned stabilizing the naira, and I had an exchange with one of you guys a few nights ago. He wanted to debate Tudo, and Tudo told him, "Look, yo, I'm way above your pay grade. No condescending. Chris, could you please engage this guy?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not an economist, but let me try." Yo, dude, what up? Can you tell me how this government has stabilized the naira? Because you've been going about it, like a yo-yo. Could you please tell me how this government has, like you claim, stabilized the naira? And I give you 5 minutes. And anyone, anyone who is a true economist know that you don't need 5 seconds to explain how this government has stabilized the naira. In fact, you don't need 3 seconds. But I threw it to him. I threw him the bait, and I was like, "You have 5 minutes." And he said, "Thank you for the 5 minutes." And I knew it was a dollar because you don't fucking need 5 minutes. Everybody knows we've been spending billions of naira to stabilize the naira. It's as simple as that. I didn't even take 2 seconds. See? And you come up here to talk about truth, to talk about stabilizing the naira, telling us about numbers, how much it was at a particular point in time. You guys stop this game of whack-a-mole. Like, I don't get it. Because that's what it seems to me from the outside. And look, you guys, now we are here talking statistics, right? And from the onset of your government, you rubbished statistics. And now we're talking numbers. Look, someone said government, you can't have government without politics. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Look, there is a place for governance and there is a place for politics. I see where you're coming from, where you think there is an intersection. But when you really care about your people, there is a place for governance and there is a place for statistics, right? I'll give you an example. When it wasn't looking so good for the Democrats concerning Joe Biden, what did they do? They went Kamala Harris, right? I tell you what, if that was in Nigeria, these Tinubu supporters will still be head bent, like leave him. That's an example of knowing where politics end and where your chances lies. There is a place for governance and there is a place for politics. But this government of the day, they don't understand that. They play partisan, they come partisan with everything. And it trickles down to those who come up on different platforms to support these people. You don't have to defend you don't have to. You don't owe Tinubu your loyalty. You don't owe Tinubu your allegiance. What you owe your allegiance and loyalty is to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not to that fucking office, not to the name Tinubu. No, because it will seem that is what you guys do. At every given opportunity, you want to defend. I don't even think you can even defend your loved ones that much. It is that sickening. And apologies to you if you are neutral, if you're not Nigerian and you've been listening, and if you are a scholar of economics. I am apologizing on behalf of my countrymen who must have probably sent you on different realms of laughter. I apologize. We are not that dumb. We understand basic economics. So I apologize to you if you're neutral on the space, if you know economics, you're a scholar. I mean, I'm not even talking about deep economics, like basic economics, right? So I apologize on behalf of my countrymen, right? Um, Look, this government, they come up so far, they come up to make you wonder, like, was my economic teacher stupid? Like, I don't get it. Like, they come up and it looks like everything you ever learned or everything you've ever known, like even the basics, like the basics economic demand and supply curve, all those things. Now they're making it look like, let's say your lecturer for school that time, they mad, they crazy, all those things when they tell you that time now rubbish. I'm like, because sometimes I sit down, I'm like, wait, see, Mrs. Ame, shout out to you wherever you are. I be Mrs. Ame, I be they mad me. I don't understand because this government is actually teaching me the right economics because I don't understand what you guys taught me back in secondary school. I don't understand, right? And now you talk about truth. Look, there is so much distance you can go with lies. There is so much distance you can travel with lies. It will get to a point, it will fall down flat. You can go 10 kilometers, you can go 100 days, you can go 1,000 days. It will come to a point, it will come down, face down, flat. And that is where we are heading to because Nigerians are beginning to clock it. Even the ordinary man on the street is clocking it. And they are seeing through the bullshit, they are seeing through the lies, they are seeing through these people, right? Right. So, like I said, there's a place for politics and there's a place for being true nationalists. What we are lacking as a people is not only disunity, we lack true nationalists. People who don't understand that there is a place for politicking and there is a place for true governance and asking questions to power, asking the right questions, demanding. Like sometimes I wonder, how do you even rate yourself as a Nigerian? What do you think you're worth? Now, dirty you want chop, I be you want chop quality. Like, how do you rate yourself? You when you begin to ask questions to this government and when you begin to demand good governance, it's because you rate yourself like 100 or not even, if not 110%. So the question is, how una take rate una self? I don't understand. How do you rate yourself? Right? Is it because of the urgent 2K or the 20K or how much are they are paying you in the back end to come and defend rubbish? Is that what is driving you? Is that what the motivation is? Is that even
It's
enough
20K.
incentive?
It's 20K now. It's
My brother,
20K
let's
now.
even say $30,000. Is that
No,
even enough
20,000
incentive?
naira. 20,000. They have increased it to 20,000 naira for us.
Oh, okay, great. Like, look, I don't get it. Right? I didn't want to speak, but someone came up and was using and was saying something about the UK and the NHS. I was trying to, show us how someone was sharing his experience. I was saying, "Oh, look at it now. If it was in Nigeria, you said Nigeria." Jesus Christ! Like it's true. There's no amount of brain cells it's so much brain cells that you can lose in a day. Like you're saying, you spend a lot of time before you saw a doctor in the NHS system, but guess what? In the NHS system, you're not going to buy gloves. You are not going to buy fuel, right? A friend of mine wanted to add surgery, appendix, and they told them that, look, you better go and buy fuel and put in a big generator, right? You are not going to pay for anything in the NHS system. And you compare to health systems that are not even the same. Like the way they go about their triage when you visit the hospital in the NHS, even here in Canada, you go through the triage system first. And it might take a while, but you surely get the best at the end. Can you say the same for back home? Can you? And then they talked about subsidy. Oh, God. Look, the best economy in the world is probably Switzerland. Go and study it. Switzerland. I think their GDP is over $1,000, if I'm not mistaken, per capita per head. Right? Come with me, guys. In Switzerland, they subsidize economy to the seats. Go and check it. They subsidize it. They don't even allow GMO. They subsidize their agriculture to the teeth because they know how much it costs to organically grow food. They don't allow GMO. They kick you the fuck out. If you are, before you even talk G, why do you think people like Bill Gates is not even frolicking with that economy right there? What is he doing here, doing in Nigeria? Before you even talk G, they kick you the fuck out, right? But they understand what it costs to organically grow food, and they subsidize the agriculture to the T. If you are living in Switzerland here, come up and debunk what Chris is saying. They subsidize their transportation. They subsidize their energy and environment. The same subsidy that your government has removed, which is pertaining to oil and gas. They subsidize their sector, that sector in Switzerland. They subsidize it, and yet they are the best in the world, right? They subsidize transportation. There is no economy in the world that can survive without subsidy. Subsidy is part of the economy. But you come up here and vaguely say, "Oh, he was so bold. Our knight in shining armor. He removed subsidy with two swords. No knight could do it in the past. Oh, he did it riding two horses at once. Oh, he's a hero." Fuck you. Fuck you in both ears because you are dumb. Fuck you because you don't know jack shit. I live in Canada. If I want to go around, if you live in Alberta, come and debug me. If I want to go around in a day, it used to be $9. If you like, you want to go through all the transportation system, rail, road. Think about it. It's like it used to be $9 for a full day. If you like, ride from 12 to 12, but now I think it's about $11, right? But you can't have that back home. You can't have that back home. And let's even talk about revenue target. And this is where I will leave it because I think this is where the whole sorry,
Chris,
sorry,
please,
I'm winding up. This is where I'm
yeah,
wrapping
yeah.
up. This is where I'm wrapping up. Revenue target, because I think this is the crux of the conversation, and I'm sick and tired of us coming on spaces to discuss these things because these people seem to be taking us for a cruise. They know where it excites us, so they throw numbers out there, and I can even maybe say for a fact that, look, this guy knows what he's doing. Maybe he was the person that leaked the microphone, and we all went bonkers. And look at us now discussing whether he was doing body language. Let's talk about revenue target. How do you generate revenue in a proper economy? I mean, like I said, I'm not an economist, but I will try. There are a few ways you can generate revenue, right? Taxes, natural resources. I mean, even states are supposed to own enterprises, right? And that's where your infrastructure comes in, like the Scotia Bank Arena that I explained earlier on. It could be private, it could be public, it could be PPP, right? Borrowing is one of it. There is FDIs, right? And there is the non-tax revenue. If you want to um, bring every other, um, all sort of, I mean, the ones that I've not mentioned, if you want to bring it under that umbrella, right? The non-tax revenue. Somebody please come and tell us here that the way that this government so far have raised revenue is, on each and every ways that I've itemized here. And if you come up here to like thunder go strike you, go only strike you, go strike your destiny. Because so far we can see, and it's clear for everyone to see, that the only way this government have been raising revenue is to stifle Nigerians and stifle you to the depths. I bought 40 gig in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria earlier in the year. I bought 40 gig, didn't last me 5 fucking days. And they are in bed with the providers to tether your data. If you don't know what that means, go and Google it. To tether data. They tether your data so that you get less for paying for what you pay for. Fuck you in the air if you come up here to come and say otherwise. Fuck you, fuck your destiny.
Oh, sorry,
Because I am
Chris.
sick and tired of people. Look, I'm rounding up, and I'm sorry. I take that back. I take that back. I am just only annoyed because I'm a youth, like most of these youth who come up to say rubbish, and I'm rounding up. This is the last line, and I'm wondering, when is it going to stop, guys? When are we going to unite and say we are bleeding, we are suffering? An old woman came to me where I was buying apples in Abuja, where I was standing. I've said this over and over again. And I
Move
could not
past
tire
the
for the
mic.
story. And okay, so, and she came up to me and she was like, I'm not asking you to give me money, but just follow me to that canteen and please pay for me so that I can eat. Let that sink in. Let that sink in that in the same economy that you're defending, even if it's one person, that happened. Thanks for the mic. And fuck you, that guy that was saying, please pat my, fuck you, both ears, idiots.
I think it's me that should go, right?
Ah,
I've been
host,
here too.
but is it not me?
I think I'm next. This is Shuka.
Ah, how do you know you are the next when the host have not confirmed they are
No,
next?
let
See me, I've
Arusa,
been
let
here
Arusa
since.
speak.
I've been raising my hand too.
Let
I
Arusa speak.
so I should go after him, even though I came before him.
Arusa, please go on.
Okay, then I can go after him,
Okay,
right? Can you confirm? Okay.
okay, thank you very much. I think the best way for someone to speak on this space is to cause Tinubu and make sure you don't say anything that will bring any positive light for Tinubu. Just make sure you speak against the so I'll follow the pattern so that nobody will interject me also. Maybe if I do like that, me, you see, I'm not going to tell anybody fuck you. We had all those things, but the co-host and the host, they were just enjoying it because it is the kind of narrative that it is with. So let's start from the beginning. Tinubu has spoiled everything. He has spoiled the country. Assuming P2B was mistakenly given the mantle of the presidency of our country, we won't be discussing all this matter. All this matter, none of this subsidy would have been a thing of the past. We will not be having any 1.9, 1.8, nothing like that. P2B would have made sure that every aspect of our economy will be spread properly for all of us. We'll be buying bread 50 naira now. But Tinubu has spoiled everything. That is the reason why we all have to gather here and discuss about it. Tinubu has spoiled our country. If we are making comparison with other countries because they have better health infrastructures, they have everything, Nigeria, we don't have it at all. We don't have ambulance. If you are dying now, you cannot call ambulance and say ambulance should come and carry you. But in UK, because they have NHS, you can call them. If Peter Obi had become our president, this NHS he would even have brought NHS to our country. We'll be enjoying 24 hours ambulance service. Nothing like you are waiting.
Sorry, not you. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but what is your assurance that Peter Obi will do better than Tinubu? Because I'm not into politics.
The problem is that we know that the reason why you interjected me is because you don't understand the kind of narrative we are doing on this space. If I say the truth now, they will not allow me to speak. But if I'm speaking to the topic of the discussion, flowing along, that's telling everybody that Tinubu has done everything wrong, but Peter Obi will correct it, nobody will interject me. Nobody will interject.
Who said so?
Oh my God.
Oh, I
Signature,
can as well.
signature,
I can as well.
signature,
I can
signature.
I can as well say to you that you are actually not so. What you're saying is not true.
Okay, okay.
There are two people here. One has AAC leaning, the other has LPDC, all this nonsense leaning. So why are you not concluding like it's just one leaning that
No,
we have here?
you have
Say what you
proven
have to say, chief.
you have proven me right now, because the other guy that spoke before me spoke for like 30 minutes, not for once, while he was abusing everybody or while he was castigating the other person that spoke before him. You could not even tell him that please stop.
Boo,
Oh,
your time start now. You have 5 minutes.
Otito,
Your
am I
time starts now. You
interjecting?
have 5 minutes, and it's 9:26 by my
Brother,
watch.
brother, brother,
Please go
brother,
ahead.
Eshe Atigbo. We know that when the other person was speaking, you could not come out and say, you have 5 minutes, you have 10 more minutes. We understand the narrative. We understand. So that is why I'm also speaking to the direction of the discussion here. So please don't interject me again. I am doing my best not to annoy you. So Tinubu said that they are not borrowing money again. That's a blatant lie. That's a big lie. How can you come and say that they are not borrowing again from local banks? No, now they are still borrowing money. That's the reason why all the bonds that they are selling to people, to Nigerians, that the banks, you know that it is the banks that even bought most of it. That's the reason why we can rightly agree, all of us to agree that Nigeria government is borrowing money from the bank, because the bank bought almost how many percent were you people saying that? Okay, the bank bought majority of the bonds that the federal. So why would they be saying that? Because bond is also loan, abi, because when they are going to pay back the loan and the money for the bond, that you take your money, you might even, there is interest coming in. So it is like saying you are buying loan, you are taking loan. That is it. So it's a lie. The man is a liar. The man has been lying since when he became senator in 1993. He lied. He became governor in 1993 and 1999. He also lied and he became governor in this for his second time. He lied. He even leaked Mike. Shebi. He leaked Mike in 2022 while he was speaking to us. He was leaking Mike. But because all this narrative of Nigeria is going to kill us, he is leaking Mike, he will do this one, he will do that one. The man also became the president with all these bad things that he's doing. So I think we should try and change this narrative that we are doing, so that if truly we want to take him out of power by 2027, we should look for a better narrative, because this is almost the same thing that we did in 2022, 2023. He is a liar. He is this one. He does not know how to speak. He is this one. But the real people that are seeing what is going on, the people that are voting are called electorate. Okay, the electorate, They know the right thing to do when they get to their ballot boxes to vote. So, and they will vote him again, possibly. And if mistakenly they vote Peter Obi and he becomes the next president, all this problem that we are all facing will stop. By 2027, if Peter Obi mistakenly become our president, we will be having electricity 24 hours from the next day. Subsidy will return. We will start buying fuel at patapata 180 naira per litre. This 900, all this tax reform that they did in 2022, 2023, 2024, all these tax reform that they did that they passed into law, all those laws will be revoked. The 5% that is going to be increased on our petroleum tax that will be putting on petroleum, that will be putting on petrol. If you buy 1 liter, you pay 5%. You buy 1 liter, you pay 5%. If P2B mistakenly becomes the president, all this law will be revoked and we'll go back to the so I am being sincere about this my narrative so that all of you can understand me properly. I have followed the process of discussion and I am doing it properly. Don't misinterpret me. Don't say I am being sarcastic or don't say I'm doing satire. All these genre that people use to qualify what people are saying. Understand me properly. The right thing for us to do now is to gather ourselves. If we want to stop all these things, that we won't be having a president that will be lying to us in a national broadcast. We should try and make sure we kick him out by 2027. Thank you very much. I yield.
All right. Can you guys hear me, please?
Yes.
Okay. Emmanuel, please speak. Guys, please let's stick to the topic, I beg.
I think it's supposed to be me that speaks after Amorosa.
Yes. I'll be quick.
So is it okay
So
that I go after Emmanuel, even though I was supposed to go after Amorosa?
Okay, Chuka was supposed to go actually, but Chuka, let Emmanuel. I don't think I've heard Emmanuel's opinion on spaces before. So let's hear a new, fresh voice. Thank you.
yes. So let me start with the topic first. So uh first of all, um let me first clarify something. Most Nigerian politicians care about their personal interests. They behave like they use Machiavelli's view of the world when governing Nigeria. They care about their personal needs first before the needs of others or even their country. So, in that light, if Tinubu, in my view, is the raw definition of a politician who has this ideology. So it is not in his, even if he raises revenue, it is not in his best interest to use that revenue to develop Nigeria. Let me just put it out there for everybody, right? I also come back to why this whole thing itself is even a problem, which I want also see. So, um, somebody said, yes, you can. I came in a bit late. So I was hearing different things, and I was busy. But yes, you can generate revenue. You can generate what do you call it? Yes, he's speaking facts. You can actually generate meet your revenue targets through tax by raising, sorry, through by getting revenue through tax, right? But the problem here is using in simple economics, you don't raise taxes while your economy is in shambles, right? You have to increase government spending, right? And reduce your interest rate so as to boost the economy. You don't go about, what do you call it, raising tax. What that would do is you would de incentivize businessmen. In the current Nigerian climate, your electricity, first of all, we're majorly an importing country. Because of that, we'll have something called the push inflation, whereby um, the because of the rising cost of things, naturally, it will push the inflation in the country. And because we're an importing country, and our exchange rate has gone from 463 in 2023, officially, of course, to 1,600 officially. So it has gone almost 4x, right? The prices were an important part of everything, including the product that drives the economy largely, which is fuel. That will also be majorly affected by this issue. So now you have what do you call it? You have this issue that you have an inflation that is largely driven by your exchange rate, right? And also the fact that you import everything and everything also increases in prices, right? If you start increasing tax, the cost of doing business in Nigeria will go incredibly high, right? If you want to generate revenue to build roads or have healthcare, that's the fat line, right? Tinubu, I could have sworn I saw somewhere whether it was it 20, just taking over $24 billion or something. I mean, that can do many things. Oh, Ha. I can build roads with the amount of money Tinubu has taken in loans. Has still taken more than Buhari self in the past 2 years compared to 8 years. But before you even start raising taxes, I would even advise if OB was. By the way, I don't even think we should even put our faith totally, but I'll even explain why later on. Um, if you want to raise taxes now, before you even do that, you have to first of all fix your basic problems. Your electricity can be fixed using loans, like using concessional financing. You don't necessarily need to go about raising taxes for now. Your genuinely, I think that NNPC with the oil we export, we can raise revenue is enough for the government. It is a lie that uh, NNPC's revenue is not enough to fund the government. That's a fat lie. Everybody knows that's not true. This, you should have seen what was it, Falana said, was it 2024, 2023, that the federal government made hundreds of billions of naira, if not almost. I think he made a figure of this is me. I think it's me estimating. I think he made a figure of over 3 trillion naira that he shared between the states. If he came and shared another one in December again, right, and the states didn't do anything with it. So you have all these problems, right? And you want to raise revenue now. Considering the fact that there's an election coming up, everything's expensive. Bedroom slippers is 10,000 naira in Abuja. That's ridiculous, right? More bucket too is 10,000 naira. So you cannot go about, right, saying doing things like this. This is illogical in my own view. And another reason, putting levy on petrol again. So just you're making the economy more and more. To be fair with you, I think you're pushing Nigeria to the wall. Although Nigerians, if you push them to the wall, they will win. But I feel like, honestly speaking, there's a threshold you reach, right? Sudan, it was bread that was a threshold. One day it will be a threshold too. But I want to also make one serious point, right? Everyone, people, this is to the people who even say Obi is what do you call it, a magical savior. Understand what Nigeria is. Let me explain what Nigeria is in a way for you to understand it. Nigeria is a feeding bottle system whereby the federal government takes all the revenue and shares it with the 36 states, right? You then say that um, you now want these states to develop their own areas. You're saying hold the governor accountable. But if everybody goes to Abuja to share money, this money is majorly coming from oil and taxes from industries, majorly in the southwest, if you want to be honest, in Nigeria, right? So we can't have Tinubu is trying to say since our revenue is majorly from taxes and what do you call it, oil exports, I might as well just raise one to diversify the whole thing. That's what it's basically doing, right? So the system itself is a big problem in Nigeria. We don't have a system that forces states to generate revenue. And that is the intrinsic problem of Nigeria. That the federal government that's trying to generate it only thinks of oil and maybe taxes. That logically speaking, if people cannot come out and say, okay, what will you do with this tax? I will open seaports in maybe 10 states, build railway, create free trade zones, give I'll give maybe Obi mentioned something about 7 trillion. Yeah, you can give like 7 trillion naira in capital access finance so that people can do business. You can fix your electricity issue. But it's not saying all these things. It's just collecting all these taxes. Now, if using my Machiavellian view of the world, I can just simply say it's doing all this to use his money for election in 2027, which is horrific, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like progress is being made. We have a system that is bad. We have a federal government that is desperately looking for money because our current avenues of money, due to corruption or one problem or the other, the system is decaying. The federal government is looking for you to grab money as much as possible, right? Because the country is getting broke more and more. We're taking loans, and they're catching us on these loans. But since our debt to GDP ratio is low, right? But they'll get to a point whereby um, eventually, right, these loans will not, the loans we're able to collect will not be able to take them as much again. So that window of opportunity is coming. It could be 5, it could be 10 years, it could be 15 years, right? But so far, the federal government is just continuously raising taxes. And to me, I think it's a lie that they will use this tax, they will use this revenue to fix the country. I think it's what do you call it? It is a lie that he wants to use it to meet his revenue target. Because in my view, Nigeria with the oil we export alone can meet the revenue target. This is just me trying to focus more on the topic, right? So I also think the system is structurally flawed. That you have feeding bottle system. I would recommend everybody to go on Arise TV on their YouTube channel. There's a man from Benue. I had an interview maybe last week or so, or 2 weeks ago, where he talked about the structural, mentioned restructuring and the structural problem of Nigeria. I want you to listen to that video. It will completely shape your idea of what I'm talking about more often. But I think, generally speaking, right, Tinubu raising taxes is his own way of solving the country. He does not think of industrialization. Your states have the same problem too. So if you get to a point whereby they're going to squeeze Nigeria very well, the states are not able to generate anything. The federal government wants so much money. Eventually, the whole system might collapse. But let's see how it goes, right? Let's see how it goes. Me, I think raising taxes in this current economic climate, is something is basically next to political suicide. But let's see what he means by it. Anyway, thank you.